Got the whole of your game coming up next.
It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma and then stuffed under the potting bench in the garden shed.
This is Toby Buckland at the Tone. Leave your name and message and I'll get back to you.
Hey Tove, I need help with a lost label mystery. I've got a plant in my garden. It's not a tree or a shrub, but it's this moss flower and it's doing its stuff right now. It's the yeast feeding on the nectar inside that lifts the temperature up by 2 degrees. Anyway, our Jimmy, he says they look like ferns, but even with me bins on, I can't see the likeness.
How are your plant detective skills? Can you follow the clues, solve the conundrum and put a name to the labelless plant? It's not so much of a whodunit, or of a what is it? With me, Toby Buckland, this and every Sunday from 10 on BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
With James Vickery.
OK, let's take you across to your first half commentaries then. Tonight, if you're listening on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon, across the county as well on DAB Digital Radio and on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. It's Torquay United away against Chippenham Town. Your commentary team at Harden Hewish Park are Roger Lester and Paul Mulhern.
Thank you very much, James, and welcome along to this National League South game. I'm sitting literally about a yard away from the tunnel. Asa Hall, Mark Halstead, etc. just ready to come out. The teams will be on the park any time soon, but a big game for Torquay United as they start. They really need to address their poor run of form. I know they got the win against Dover on Saturday, but they need to start backing those wins up with wins particularly away from home. I did mention to Gary Johnson that Chippenham, in my opinion, an underrated club at this level, but for some reason most of the defeats this season have come here at Harden Hewish Park. 7 out the 9 defeats they've had have come here, and they have not won here in their last 5, so I'm sure they'll be wanting to prove things to their fans. But Torquay United, I think Brett McGavin's special on Saturday has given them a renewed confidence, and let's hope that this will be shown tonight. I will just again run through both sides for you. Torquay United, it's just the one enforced change as Dan Martin goes out and in comes Archie Harris. Not a bad replacement in my opinion, but Torquay will line up with Halstead in goal. A back 4 from right to left of Marshall, Tomlinson, Moxey and Harris. A midfield 3 of McGavin, Hall and Jenkins Davis. De Silva will be right wing, Archer left wing, and Brad Ash will be the point of the spear. Up top for the visitors, I'm not entirely convinced I've been given the correct information from them. I've asked 2 Chippenham representatives and they've given me different names for each, but I shall give it a try. It's Henry in goal, a back 4 from left to right of Grant, Holloway, Ellison and Jones, a midfield 2 of Spokes and Bradbury. Johnson and King should be wider, or one of them might play number 10, and Fassenmad and McClure up front. McClure will be the danger man. 8 goals for Chippenham this season. I hope you can hear as well, because we have got a very, very loud PA here. But just before we kick off, it's a good evening to Roger Lester. Roger, thanks for joining us tonight. How do you see this one going? Head, not heart.
Well, I can see this it's going to be a close match, but the confidence is coming back into Torquay. They'll be getting gradually better, and I can see Torquay narrowly making it by the odd goal.
Obviously Dan Martin, my opinion, Roger, I thought he was arguably man of the match on Saturday. I know McGavin stole the plaudits, and understandably so for that goal, but it never seems to rain but it pours for Dan Martin, doesn't it? As minute he gets back on, he looked back to full fitness for the first time in goodness knows how long. He was charging up and down that left wing, or left side. I know he misplaced a few passes and whatever, but I actually thought he did really well on his return. And for him to fall ill and miss out tonight, he must be gutted. But as I said, one of the things I did mention to James as well, when I spoke to Gary pre-match, he's also brought the full squad up here tonight. He's even the injured players who he's hoping to get, he's trying to build a camaraderie amongst the squad, Roger, and his obviously I know it's been mocked at times online, but I think Gary's trying to get the one club united, certainly amongst the players anyway, and hopefully we shall see further improvement tonight.
Yeah, I really hope so. Yes, you can see the more encouragement, the more laughing and joking between the players, which has not been seen for a long time.
Yep. Well, Chippenham will play in their all blue strip top, shorts and socks, all blue. Torquay United in their traditional home kit, yellow and white shirt, blue shorts, white socks. And tonight's referee, if we've got him, is Callum Fisk, I believe. We've not actually been given a proper team sheet here. It's yeah, he's on there, Callum Fisk it is. But it will be Torquay United through Asa Hall, who will kick us off. As I said, hitting from left to right. Hall over the ball, McGavin also there, and here we get underway here at Harding Hooish Park in Torquay United in possession. Jenkins Davis strokes it over to Moxey, beg your pardon, and he finds Harris for his first touch as well. United just stroking the ball about their back line here early on, just trying to build a little bit of possession. And it does look like it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 for Chippenham as a long ball comes out to the right hand side, but that's well cut out there by Grant in the left back position, and he indeed finds Johnson coming forward, but immediately met by Tomlinson, and an excellent tackle there from Jenkins Davis, who'll try and build United forward, but his long aimless ball looking for Ash goes nowhere near him, and Chippenham through Ellison, I beg your pardon, we'll get that one forward. Well, actually, I've just noticed, Roger, Chippenham have got a number 5 on the park. It's Holloway, yep. Sorry, I thought it was number 15. I miswrote that there, but it's them that will have a throw in midway inside United's half on the right hand side. We're sitting almost at eye level with the pitch as well, Roger. It's not something we're overly used to, but no, today we shall, as the ball Chippenham trying to build down the right hand side, but Jenkins Davis manages to get that breaking up, and Brett McGavin has it. He's got De Silva asking him to play it in front of him, but a poor ball from McGavin forces De Silva onto the back foot, but he finds the support in Marshall and then finds De Silva again. He's running towards the defence, going to the right hand side, goes past 3 of them there, but he can't keep the ball in, and it'll go out harmlessly for a throw in to the home side. I think I've seen the Yeovil games cancelled again tonight, Roger.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
True. Well, I don't think so. It was supposed to be at Blytheville Park against Truro, so.
And that was at Truro, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. Well, Blytheville Park and Plymouth, of course, but Truro playing there. As Harris comes out, he might get a shooting opportunity, but good covering there. McGavin goes in, but another good tackle by Chippenham, but Jenkins Davis eventually gets in and finds Archer now to McGavin, but it's all back to goal stuff, back to Archer, and he finds Moxey, Harris, beg your pardon, on the left hand side. Now back with Archer, and he just strokes it back to Moxey on the halfway line here, just gives it to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson will go long diagonal looking for De Silva, but again Grant will get in there easily enough and mop up for Chippenham. Well, it looks like an early tactic as Chippenham trying to build. That's good play there, and here comes Bradbury coming forward down the left hand side. He has Johnson in support heading towards the left hand edge of the penalty area, but Ross Marshall does well, gets a tackle in, and Chippenham Town will have the first corner of the day. Looks like United are going to be looking for De Silva with long balls at the moment, Roger, doesn't it?
It does, but Cheltenham's Freddie Grant seems to got the measure of him.
Yes, yeah. It is going to be a corner from there. It's not a corner, it's a throw, and actually I'm struggling to see down there with the posts and etc in the rows, but here is the aforementioned Grant. He gets a left footed cross into the box, headed away by Moxey, and it will break to Archer. He's only got Ash in support, and he's immediately closed down there by Jones, and eventually Torquay United win a free kick, which will be taken by McGavin. Ash did offer him an early option there, but McGavin chose not to use it, strokes it back to Moxey, finds Tomlinson, and he will find Marshall. He's going to be closed down by Johnson, and Marshall just strokes it back to Halstead, making sure no mistakes there. And Halstead plays it out now, and it's with Harris on the left hand side, midway inside United's half. Again, he goes reasonably long, but Spokes will sweep that up easily enough, or knock that up easily enough, and the ball is now back with Ellison. Excuse me. And he strokes it back to Henry, and Chippenham will look to play out from the back. Ellison again looking for movement in front of him, but not many Chippenham players coming short eventually. I think that's McClure all the way back there. seems to be playing more in the number 10 role than in up front, their top scorer. But here's a chance for Jenkins Davis to get on a loose ball, but a good tackle again by Grant. He's had a good start to the match, but Tomlinson immediately stops that. Good tackle by Tomlinson. Now Asa Hall can look, forget United on the front foot. He finds Harris on the left hand side. He's got support from Archer, but Harris comes inside and he finds Brad Ash just on the edge of the box, but the ball's nipped off his toe. Don't think Ash realised how much space he had there, and now Chippenham will try to come forward, and it is Bradbury coming, heading towards the Torquay box. There's a good ball into McClure. McClure's bustled his way through. Was he held back? He wasn't. Strong defending there by Moxie and Tomlinson, and United will now try and build on their own.
In the old days you'd call that a sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's again, sometimes, Roger, just for anybody listening at home, our viewers can be obscured here given the level we're sitting at, so when the ball's over on the left hand side it's hard to see where it is, as Archer tries to play the ball through there looking for the run of Ash, but nowhere near him, and it will be Grant, certainly being the busiest player from the Chippenham point of view, and he strokes it out to this left hand side here, halfway line. Johnson, he just gives it back to Grant. He will try again, goes back to Ellison, and he will stroke it over to Holloway, and he will look to build from the right hand side this time from Chippenham's point of view. And again, both sides just quite content to knock it about their defence, just both trying to play their way into this one. And here comes Grant, and he finds Johnson again, and we will start again, but De Silva gets a tackle on, doesn't win it. Back to Grant, and now into the central midfield area where Spokes, the long diagonal ball down the right hand side, looking for Jones, but just a little bit overhit. Good attempt there, to be fair, Roger, but just a little bit too far in front of Jones.
Yes, and the other thing they've got to watch about is that the wind is going straight across the pitch, and this is why the balls playing to De Silva are being held up in the wind, how their players are getting the ball from him, getting to him.
He's got yellow underwear on.
McClure managed to steal that ball down the right hand side, but he's tracked back there. Good play by Harris. Harris I thought was foul, but it's deemed a slip by the linesman. But Harris eventually gets it, and McGavin will try and create a little bit of space to clear it, but he's immediately closed down as well. Decent strength by McGavin as well. And it's now back with Dean Moxie in the Torquay United penalty area, just strokes it across the 6-yard box in Halstead. He's got Tomlinson to the right of him, with Marshall a little bit further forward, but it looks like he's not going to go long. He finds Tomlinson, and Tomlinson strokes it into Asa Hall, but immediately closed down by Bradbury. Over to Marshall and back to Tomlinson. As I said, both sides just content to keep possession of the ball a little bit, looking for movement. Not too much has went long, bar a couple of attempts at De Silva. And it's now Harris back into Moxie, and Moxie's low ball will be cut out there by Spokes, and Chippenham have a chance to come forward, but good tracking back by Ethan Archer, and he eventually goes back to Jones in the right back position. And the ball is back with Ellison, I beg your pardon, it was Holloway, and he again will come up towards the halfway line, plays a little ball into the midfield where that was Bradbury, was it, who picked that up, but it's back to Grant. De Silva races at him, he closes him down, doesn't get anywhere, but Asa Hall does get a tackle, and as De Silva keeps that in, which he does, linesman was right beside that. Asa Hall taking his eye off the ball a little bit there, and immediately closed down by Bradbury and loses possession. Asa Hall asking De Silva to make a little bit of movement, but in truth, Asa, that was kind of, you took your eye off the ball and paid for it. And again, it will be Chippenham trying to come forward. Will that break? It will break to Bradbury, and then the ball coming through, but Harris has got the speed to shepherd that one out, and Torquay United, after about 10 minutes here, will have a goal kick.
Yep, and to be honest, Torquay have been the better side so far.
Yep. So like 8 minutes gone, not 10, as I said. Managed to press my phone onto something else and confuse that, but it will be a goal kick for Halstead. Which he will take right footed up deep into the Chippenham half, but well headed away there, but Dean Moxie's got time to bring that down, strokes it across to Harris. He will be closed down by Fassenmad, and Asa Hall now's got a chance to build United forward. Brad Ash just about gets it controlled off his face almost there, as here comes McGavin. Chippenham won't want to leave him in space. He tries a left foot shot, it deflects off Holloway there, and it will go out for a throw in. I think he kept that in. I'm not convinced the linesman was totally up to speed there, but Torquay United will have a throw in almost at the corner flag down there left hand side. Many goals fans you think here at the moment, Roger? Behind the goal, it's hard to tell. There's quite a few in our section as well.
There is.
Sorry, it is a corner actually, Roger. Sorry to cut across you there. It is going to be a corner for Jenkins Davis. 6-yard box, very heavily populated. I think we know where this is going. Hall, Marshall, Tomlinson all in there, and it comes up, go the heads. The keeper just about gets it away. It's going to come back towards Jenkins Davis, but Spokes managed to get it away, and now Harris on the halfway line can look to build for United again. Asa Hall, again poor control from Hall there, not the first time, but the ball's given away by Chippenham, and Ross Marshall will pick it up. And you've seen the effects of the wind there, didn't you, Roger? It kind of coming straight towards Marshall, and then it just changed at the last minute. As De Silva has it down the right hand side, good tackle by Grant, but De Silva managed to keep possession, gets it back to Tomlinson, who then finds McGavin, who hits it a little bit hard towards Moxie, but Moxie does well enough, and now Harris just into the Chippenham half on the left hand side, comes back, finds Brett McGavin, slows it down a little bit. Archer's made a little move for him, but everything from Torquay when they're picking the balls up in the final third is with her back to goal at the moment, and Tomlinson will bring it forward now. He refuses, he ignores Marshall on the right hand side and uses Jenkins Davis instead, who finds Harris in a little bit of space, but he doesn't control it too well and finds it to McGavin. Long diagonal ball, looking for Brad Ash, up go the heads. Ash does manage to get on that, tries to control it once, not twice, and he's a great chance for Jenkins Davis, and Torquay United have taken the lead after just 11 minutes here. As a reasonably fortunate break of the ball in the box, Jenkins Davis picks it up, takes it, controls it with the right foot, strokes it past the keeper into the bottom corner. 11 played, Chippenham 0, Torquay United 1.
Yeah,
Roger.
That was an excellent, well played by Brad Ash. I know I keep mentioning Brad Ash's name in commentary, but well controlled to lay it off to Crass, and that was a well taken goal.
By number 18, Will Jenkins Davis.
Well, little bit fortunate, I thought, the way it fell to Jenkins Davis in truth, Roger, but truthfully don't really care what Jenkins Davis did, was reacted pretty well, and he's just picked it up just inside the box, take one touch, the keeper had no chance, just stroked it by him. Good composure and a good start for the goals.
Yes, very, very good start. Mind you, can see it coming because they've been playing a better football.
Yeah, definitely over the last few minutes spent more time in the Chippenham half, but well, I said sometimes, particularly in away games, you need to take your chances. And there's a long diagonal ball looking for Johnson, who is given offside. Poor from Johnson there, he could surely needs to read the line there. Not sure he'd have caught the ball anyway, but as I said, Roger, sometimes you just need to take your chances, and Jenkins Davis did exactly that, didn't he?
Oh, he definitely did take it. And it's nice, you know, a young head onto the shoulders to do that as well.
Well, certainly at the start, like Gary Johnson would have been looking for. I said, I'm not sure Chippenham, them other fans will think that it's deserved goal, but I said you just need to take a look as the ball goes down the left hand side looking for Archer. He's followed out there by Holloway. Archer does well, looks for McGavin, but good tracking back there. I think that was from Spokes on this occasion, but Asa Hall stops any clearance going in. It's again down the left hand side. Archer dinks the ball in, looking for the header. Jenkins Davis did get up well there, it goes behind and it's deemed to be a goal kick, but again Jenkins Davis breaking from midfield, Roger. It's already paid off once and it almost looked like it might again there.
Yeah, he nearly did it again. You know, he's playing well. I know it's only a few, you know, cool, the first half gone, but it's been, if you're a Torquay fan, very pleasing.
Absolutely, as Jenkins Davis again nips in there, finds De Silva down the right hand side. De Silva trying to turn the defender, he does turn the defender, puts the ball across, but nobody up in support for Torquay. De Silva did what we wanted him to do, but nobody there to take it up as a long ball comes through. Halstead should get out for that one. He does get out for that one. As Fasten Mad or Fasten Made try to get on the end of that, but doesn't. Now Tomlinson has it, finds De Silva on the halfway line, but well, I don't think De Silva even wanted that ball there, to be honest, Roger, and that's as basic as it gets. He's just let it go under his foot and concedes a throw in, which Chippenham take quickly, and Grant strokes it back to Ellison, their left centre back, and he finds he finds Holloway. But back to the keeper, poor from De Silva there, Roger.
Yeah, poor, and he just went straight under his feet. He didn't have his foot on the ball. It was
almost like he wasn't interested in receiving the ball, but he has a chance now down the right hand side for Chippenham. Harris stands his man up well. Jones picks it up midway inside the United half. Nice little give and go there. Good break into the box for Chippenham, but a wild shot there. I think it was Fasten Mad, was it? I'm not sure. I can't see his number.
No.
And well, good news coming from Bristol as Sonny Cox has put Exeter City 1-0 up. At just almost the same time Torquay United scored. We're making the studio work today, Roger. It's,
Oh no.
I think that was. Can't see who had that chance for Chippenham there. Actually,
no, you just can't see it. It's dark over there as well.
It was, yeah, it was Fasten Mad.
Honestly, if Faz had his feet on the right way, we probably could have won about 8-2.
Torquay United. They've given that away, and Fasten Mad has it again, but again he gives it away. Harris does well, just strokes it back to Moxie. Chippenham up their pressing game a little bit here, but it's now out to Archer, and Torquay United get a chance to break. They've got De Silva, Jenkins, Davis and Ash up in support. Fine McGavin gives it to Asa Hall, but a long ball looking for Jenkins. Davis wasn't really what's needed, and now a chance for Bradbury to break, but good tracking back by Brett McGavin. Chance for United there to break, Roger. They should have done better with, in my opinion.
A lot better, but you know, they kicked the ball and it was too far up in the air. This wind takes it from over the top of the stand, and
yep, and again Chippenham trying to come forward. It's Bradbury heading towards the edge of the United box. Beg your pardon, it's not Bradbury, it's Spokes. Ball into the United box, headed away by Marshall, and Asa Hall will easily complete the clearance. And well, Brad Ash might get on the end of that. He's going to chase it back towards the keeper. It's not going to reach the box, is it? Yes, it is. Brad Ash looking almost back to full fitness there, to be fair, Roger.
Yes, it is. It's nice because we've had no one really challenging the keeper or anything in all the games previously.
Yeah, absolutely. As again, Bradbury in midfield, but Jenkins Davis, well, he's had a good first 16, 17 minutes, to be fair, Roger. Not just a goal, but he's been very busy in midfield. Looks full of energy as well.
Yeah, it looks like someone out there to try and prove themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brad Ash tracking back there as well, making sure that Spokes couldn't get any further. It's come out to this side to Johnson, but between De Silva and Marshall, that's a fit. Oh well, Marshall, I thought clearly got the ball there, Roger, but the referee decides to give a free kick to Chippenham.
Well, that was definitely a ball first, and the man falling over his feet.
I thought so. But Torquay United are going to have to face, I'm assuming, a cross into the box. Number 20 King is over it.
Thank you.
As is Grant. Started the game well, Grant, down there left hand side. It's going to be a short one. It is to Johnson. Goes out wide to Spokes on the left hand side. The Silver stands him up. Archie Harris is over on the right hand side. He went central to defend what he thought was a ball into the box. It never came. And Spokes again, he puts it out to Johnson on the left hand side, but De Silva again gets a tackle in, and then Shirley's brought down. Well, one of the things that I know Torquay fans, and indeed Gary Johnson, wasn't too happy with, Roger, was when they're getting into wide areas, they're not putting the ball in the box, and I'm afraid that Johnson for Chippenham is extremely guilty of that. About 3 or 4 times he had a chance to get the ball into the box today already, and he's not taken one of them, really, has he?
No, it's not one of them come over. But I'll still say this wind is doing something with the ball, with the stand, and it is confusing some of the players.
Yeah. Well, actually, the weather's not as bad as I expected it to be, in all honesty. De Silva might get on the end of that, but the keeper comes out and decides to just kick it out. He conceded a throw-in, which is about halfway inside the Chippenham half, down the right-hand side. Ross Marshall right in front of us as we speak, but he's going to go another 10, 15, 20 yards forward, actually, where the ball went out. He's looking for movement, decides to come back to Tomlinson, and he just strokes it out to Dean Moxie on the halfway line. Moxie coming forward for Torquay United. He's got Harris and Archer on the left hand side, plays it between both of them, but Harris to be fair, takes the initiative there and picks it up. It's now back with Archer. He comes inside his man, coming more central, looking for Ash. Nice little dink from Ash, but unfortunately, well, Ash was brought down there and took a kick on his ankle, but the referee didn't penalise that. And just as we said about the weather, Roger, the rain seems to have picked up, and we're not exactly sheltered from it either, to be fair.
No.
The things we do for Torquay, yeah.
I know, it get wet in the patches, you can't go and hide anywhere.
Absolutely. Chippenham again, knocking it about fairly confidently, but Harris clears an attempted longer pass, and Archer's got it there, shows enough strength to keep it, finds Harris, and he eventually goes long looking for Brad Ash. Ellison gets the head on that, heads it away, but it will be picked up, I think it's by Asa Hall, and he goes forward, but Ash had to regain his position there. I have to say, it might be deceiving, Roger, but Ellison doesn't look the tallest centre half, does he?
No.
Him there, number 15, he doesn't look the tallest.
No,
Ash might get some joy against him.
Well, when you actually look at the sides, we've got the tallest side.
It's now Chippenham play a long ball, well brought down there by McClure, and it's worked its way out to Johnson on the left hand side, but again Brett McGavin comes over, good work rate from McGavin, closes him down, and Chippenham have a throw in which is taken quickly by Grant to King, but King again comes back to Ellison, and he finds Grant, but it'll go back to Ellison. Dylan De Silva up in the pace, good closing down there by De Silva, but well played by Grant. He looks a really useful little player, this one. Left back as well. I wonder if you can think of any team that need one of them, Roger. But
he's really.
That's superb,
As you say, he's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's 27 years of age.
Oh, is he? I don't think he doesn't look as old as that, actually.
No, he doesn't.
The ball eventually nodded back to Halstead as Chippenham again trying to build. I tell you what, I'm going to have a word with Tom Lapsley at half time, to be honest, Roger. He's over bouncing about over on the touchline there, and he's got a kind of a bright coloured bib on, and every time United are going to play it forward, I'm thinking he's somebody breaking down the wing, but he's just over there warming up. I did have a brief word with him after the match on Saturday. I actually said, good to see you back, and how did he feel? And he feels like, he was gutted that the reason he was injured the last time was obviously an impact injury, and just as he's starting to get a bit of form, but an absolutely crucial player for Torquay United, is he not?
Especially when you see the stats that when Lapsley plays, we don't lose.
Brad Ash gets that back to Archer. De Silva's on free, but I don't think they can get it at the back post there. De Silva unmarked. Now Jenkins Davis trying to come inside. He's got Marshall in space, but chooses not to use him. He goes again wide to Harris. Archer makes a move, but it'll come back to Jenkins Davis. But United just can't commit that final ball, and then Jenkins Davis tries to play the rampage and McGavin in there, but a good trick of that. Well, Jenkins Davis is going to pick up a yellow card. Little bit harsh for that, I felt, Roger, to be perfectly honest, but 22 gone, yellow for Jenkins Davis.
Yes, and that's going to cause him to slow down a bit.
You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport here from Hardenhouse Park. In this National League South game, Chippenham 0, Torquay United 1. Jenkins Davis just picks up a yellow card there, but 11 minutes gone, and it was him that picked up a break of the ball in the box when Brad Ash made a nuisance of himself, controlled it with the right foot first, and then just stroked it past the goalkeeper. And Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter 1 is the latest. And also good start for both of our local sides. And again, Chippenham will look to come forward. And again, Brett McGavin doing a fair amount of work off the ball today so far as well. The United's midfield shape has been reasonably decent. Not been the only time it's been missed out really is when it's a long ball, and there's a perfect example as Archer picks that up, and then he's surely fouled there. And he is fouled by Holloway, and it will be him. He takes it quickly, wants to keep things moving. Tomlinson's now got it, coming up to the halfway line into the Chippenham half, looking for movement, finds Jenkins Davis, but truthfully that wasn't really the best ball. And here Chippenham will come forward, and it will be Bradbury coming down the left hand side, and he strokes it back to Spokes. And they will now try from the right hand side with Holloway up in support there, but he gives it away, and Archer really can't control that, has to do a little bit better there. But Brett McGavin gets back and gets the break of the ball the second time. Good tackle, and now Archer can look to try and get United forward. That's a better ball out of De Silva. He needs to control this. He does control it, and he's heading down this right hand side. Grant will come up to close him down, but he's backing off De Silva. De Silva trying to go one way or the other. He tries a low shot, but there's not enough on it. Goes past the post. He needed to do a little bit better there, I felt, Roger, in truth.
Yes, because there was players available on the other side. Yeah. And it was a drag shot about 3 yards away from the post.
Again, Ellison, long ball, looking for Johnson down the left hand side. Marshall stands him up, little step over from Johnson. He's heading towards the edge of the box, but good reading there by Torquay and Dean Moxey. But it will break again to Bradbury. Chippenham looking a little bit more intent here actually. All of a sudden they seem to be having possession of the ball a little bit more, and it comes out to Jones on the right hand side. But again, Archer just positioning off the ball means that Jones has got nowhere to go. Little ball round the corner, here comes Spokes towards the edge of the box. Little step over from him, Moxey tracks him back, and Moxey does exceptionally well there and gets a superb tackle in there, and he will now look to build Torquay United. It's a long ball to Ash, but it's nowhere near him, and it will go harmlessly out for throw. Excellent defending there from Dean Moxey, Roger.
Oh, that was defending first class. You'd never think that someone would be able to do that, especially at his age now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say he's almost the same age as you, Roger, but I'm not sure who I'm being rude to there, him or you.
No, but one thing, I don't know if you've noticed, that he doesn't come up to take throw-ins now.
Funnily enough, I actually mentioned that in commentary with Dave on Saturday. It's something, but I actually think people that take long throws, it's quite strenuous on the body actually, Roger, because you're sort of like straining every muscle when you're throwing it, and I think obviously he's just trying to protect himself there. It's not that I'm a sports scientist or anything, but when those long throws are coming in, you're using your whole back and whatever, and well, Dean's nearly got a bus pass, never mind anything else, so I can understand why he does it. But an outstanding player, that has to be said.
Yep.
As Marshall just about gets his head onto that, as Johnson looked to get in behind him there, but Marshall did well enough there. Halstead giving him the thumbs up.
In fact, Halstead called for that, and that was because I thought he was going to head it away.
Yeah, so did I. It's good adjustment by Marshall, to be fair. From our angle a little bit, it looked like he hadn't timed it properly, but Jenkins Davis gets it to Asa Hall. Hall just strokes it out there to the left hand side, looking for Harris. Excellent from Harris, gets in front of his man. Can he get the cross in? He can, but it's immediately cut out. It will come to Archer, but his first touch, unfortunately, something I've noticed about Archer, his first touch is really, really poor at times, Roger, unfortunately.
Yeah, his first touch, it just seems he wants to go one way, but the ball goes the other way.
Yeah. I really like the boy's attitude. I remember watching his interview he did the first time as he's actually on the turf, just getting a little bit of treatment here. I really like his attitude, to be honest, Roger. I like the way he speaks and so on and so forth, but if I'm being honest, I think the times you can tell that he's come from a lower level. Not his fault. He's done all right. As I said, his work rate, his desire and whatever, but his actual technique needs improving. But it is something that can be coached into him, and even though I think he's 22, as Gary Johnson pointed out, when COVID came in, it really affected the careers of guys, the steps. Well, it even affected this league as well, actually, but the steps underneath it, everything was cancelled. They weren't even playing, crowds and whatever, understandably, and quite a lot of promising young players had their careers set back by pretty much 2 years. So let's hope Ethan Archer can keep improving and whatever, and he has got quite a few starts, so obviously Gary's got a bit of faith in him, and let's hope that he will start to prove why. As Ellison, we've restarted now, is bringing it out of defence for Chippenham, but De Silva cuts out his pass and finds McGavin, and McGavin looks for the ball down the channel looking for Ash. He goes up across Ellison and Grant. Good play by Grant there again. Is he going to give it away? Jenkins Davis trying to win it, but well played by Chippenham in defence there, to be fair to him. Eventually Ellison puts it out for a throw in, but not, I think, three of them in different points there. Good composure, Roger.
Brilliant pressure. It was brilliant pressure now. Three Torquay United players.
Yeah, I thought Chippenham's defence done quite well there, to be fair, but it is going to be a throw in. The referee is signalling to somebody, I can't see who, but Marshall will eventually take this throw in. Jenkins Davis comes short, Marshall doesn't use him, Archer comes short, De Silva is there, De Silva turns his man, can he drive into the edge of the box? He can. It's a low ball across, but it can't find a Torquay United player. It comes back out to Marshall, chance to get another one in. It's a good cross by Marshall, in comes a header from Brad Ash, and it's just wide of the post. Probably the best chance of the match, bar the goal. Roger, Ash maybe should have made it 2 there.
Yep, he should have. And it was a nice, like half dive.
Yep.
Half diving header. Definitely on that one. But Chippenham just started to come on the ascendancy, and then all of a sudden Torquay have just woken up a little bit.
Yeah, they have indeed. Do you know Ross Marshall again, Roger? I'll come back in a minute as Asa Hall comes in there, and Harris gets it back to Hall. De Silva again offering support on the right hand side, which will eventually come to him. He's going to be up against Grant. Jenkins Davis did go to make a run there, but then stopped, so De Silva goes on the outside trying to get past him. It's a low ball across. Is it going to come to a Torquay player? It does to Ash, but can it break to Jenkins Davis? It can. Can he get his left foot shot in? He can, but it's deflected and safely into the hands of the keeper, and in the space of a minute Brad Ash has had 2 attempts.
And it's just simple, and it's just where they cut through their defence, where Chippenham's Grant's been great. They seem to be going through him now.
Yep. Sorry, I was just about to say about Ross Marshall there before that. I know he's not a huge fan's favourite, but he's being played. I mean, he's become a utility man, bizarrely. He's almost like the answer to Sean Donnellan, as it were.
Yeah.
But at right back, I think it's only fair to give him credit where it's due, to be honest, Roger. He's done pretty well, and that was a good cross in towards Ash as well. You wouldn't expect a centre-half to have decent enough technique to get crosses like that in, but Marshall's done that, truthfully, not only on that occasion, but a few times this season as well. As the ball comes up towards De Silva, up goes ahead, but Grant again wins that in front of De Silva. Tomlinson gets it back. De Silva, well, he really needs to wake up there. Hall comes back to Marshall, and they go down looking for De Silva again. And Grant, De Silva might get in front of him. He does get in front of him, driving into the box. Can he find Brad Ash? But Brad Ash couldn't get on that, surely. Well, Brad Ash claiming that was a push on him there. That would have been extremely soft if it was, to be fair, Roger. But
that would have been.
But surely De Silva's got to take the shot there. He was almost in the edge of the D, right in front of the goal, and decides to try and play a little ball through to Brad Ash, except it could be about angles. But for me, he needs to let a shot go there. That's Chippenham through Holloway.
Yeah, I think De Silva just pulled up slightly on his left leg.
Yeah, well, did he? Well, Maddie Holloway, he's called incidentally, but and it's now Spokes in midfield who finds the aforementioned Holloway. Back to Spokes, and he will look out to the right hand side for Jones, who picks it up there again. Ethan Archer, I was a little bit critical of his technique earlier, but his work rate off the ball's been pretty impressive so far this half, Roger, I believe.
Yes, his work rate has been good, and he's been covering for a few people and helping out Ethan Archer quite a lot.
Yeah. The ball now back with Ellison, strokes it over to Grant. Low ball forward, finds Bradbury in a little bit of space there. United got in between the defence and the midfield there, and here's Johnson again, rather than putting the ball across, tries to come one way then the other, and eventually loses it off to Silva again, and Torquay out to the one throw. And if I was a Chippenham Town manager, I'd be giving him the proverbial clip round the ear at half time. Roger Johnson, he's had so many opportunities to get the ball across in there, but thinks that one more turn will make him look a little bit better. Well, Brad Ash is just about 5 yards in front, he's here, and he's sent to the linesman. That was a foul there. He's claiming that was a penalty. He's using his fingers to say it was very, very marginal. Truthfully, from my angle, Roger, from our angle, I didn't think it was, but
no,
I'd have been happy if it was given, I will confess. But Ross Marshall trying to
I think that was a RADA dive.
Yeah, absolutely. It was trying to go past his man there. He was clipped and he did go down in rather theatrical fashion, but yeah, we'll allow it. We'll just say it was the wind that blew him over. It's going to be the foot of Halstead that will play it deep into the Chippenham half. Here it goes. Well, it's just in the Chippenham half. Jenkins Davis missed the header, then gets it. Asa Hall a little bit further forward. Good control by Hall. Finds it back to McGavin, and he looks down the right channel looking for De Silva. Good idea, wrong execution though. Decent attempt there by McGavin, but again didn't give De Silva a huge amount of chance. So the keeper was always favourite, and he proved that. Good turn in midfield there by Bradbury, and we might see another yellow card here. Who was that? Was that Brad Ash that pulled him back there?
No, it's Brett McGavin.
McGavin was it?
Yeah.
But it will be a free kick to the home side. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport. Chippenham Town 0, Torquay United 1. Will Jenkins-Davis 11th minute even goal separates the sides. Sonny Cox has given Exeter a lead at Bristol Rover as here come Bradbury heading towards the edge of the United penalty area. He's out to Johnson, left hand edge of the box. Are they going to get it in? He comes back this time, back to Bradbury. Bradbury will try a low shot, saved by Halstead, and eventually breaks, and it will be a goal kick to Torquay United. Best chance for Chippenham by a distance. Halstead saves from Bradbury. Roger,
that was a weird save as well, because it came off his backside, Halstead. When it came down there, he was diving one way and he saved it with his backside.
Yeah, it looked like he misread it slightly, didn't it? But it's he saved it, and that's all it counts.
Yes, it's
That could have been a very yellow card challenge.
yeah.
There still might be a very yellow card challenge.
Is the referee going to give a card here? Where is it?
Oh yeah.
Because he carried on playing, but it was a nasty, could have been a nasty tackle.
I have a couple of friends and colleagues back in Devon tuning in to us tonight, Sophie and Kim. Roger, I've managed to persuade to listen to your commentary. And they've just said to me, you talk the same way to us at work. I'm not really sure what that means, but they're two angels of our community, and good evening to both of them. I hope the weather's not too bad down there at the moment as the ball comes into Marshall, headed to the edge of the box. It will break to Ash, unfortunately hits his hand, and then Asa Hall's left foot shot is one which won't make the Christmas DVD unless it's a bloopers one. Still Torquay United 0, beg your pardon, still Chippenham Town 0, Torquay United 1. Here at Harden Huish Park as the rain, it's not making up its mind what way it's going to go, is it?
651.
The ball is back on the edge of their box. Spokes just gets it out to Holloway, and his clearance goes up out harmlessly for a throw-in. Just trying to see. Well, I can hear us conversation behind us, Roger. It seems that the attendance has been given. I'm surprised at this end, but they're saying it's probably a couple of hundred Torquay fans in a crowd of 651, I thought they said. But as the PA guy's sitting right beside us and he doesn't even need a microphone to be heard, I'm sure we'll get it a bit more clearer later on. As the ball goes through the centre, Moxie gives it back to Marshall. I'm not sure he appreciated that. I thought Moxie should have just cleared that there, to be honest, Roger, but he didn't.
He did.
Chippenham will have a throw-in, which is taken quickly by Bradbury. Now back to Grant, but De Silva does well, gets a tackle on, and the ball stays in. And Jenkins-Davis back there, surrounded by two Chippenham players. Johnson being one of them, again tries to be too clever, again doesn't control the ball. Man United will have a throw-in as we have got about 8 minutes before the break here. Gary Johnson would obviously love to get his side in. Well, Brad Ash has not stopped going on about that penalty claim earlier on, and now the referee's called him over. And listen, we may have seen it wrong. I'm sure TV pictures might show a different thing to what we've seen, Roger, but you and I didn't even suspect it was a penalty in truth, did we?
No.
Brad Ash seems to think it was, and
well, you don't know what was going on the other side of his shirt, as it was.
That's true, yeah. Well, he's now the word. We were having a wee chat with McGavin as well, the referee. I think he's just trying to make sure that the players know that he's in control, doesn't want too much back chat. But good luck with that, referee. I've never seen a football team in my life that don't give back chat, so we shall see as Dean Moxie strokes it across to Tomlinson. And the ball played out, looking for De Silva again. But again, it goes out. And it will be a throw-in by the impressive Grant on this left-hand side. I've noticed one other thing as well, Roger. He's quite two-footed as Grant as well, which is bonus. I'm sure he can probably, as United look, well, Brad Ash almost thought he was going to get on at the end of a slack pass there, but Holloway will bring it out for Chippenham up to the halfway line. Goes to Jones down the right-hand side, but again, his control hasn't been overly impressive down that side either, and Torquay United midway inside their own half on their left-hand side will have a throw-in.
I don't know if you noticed, Paul, but there seems to be a lot more running of Torquay, and the players getting into position, running off the ball as well.
I always say that's a confidence thing, Roger, to be honest with you. You know, it's listen, it should be a basic requirement as Harris comes charging forward, gets it back to Archer. It should be a basic requirement that everybody gives their best, but it's listen, there's obviously a mentality factor in here. De Silva does well to get back, takes it off a Grant. Marshall gets it, chips it forward for Jenkins. Davis, can he control it? No, he can't. Just needs to stand off that tackle there. As good play there. Asa Hall just moved out his road. Brett McGavin comes across, but it comes out to the left to Johnson, and he in this time comes into Spokes, heading towards the United box, but good tracking back there, or good covering by Tomlinson, forces Chippenham back. And now it is with King coming in a little bit as well. But I will come back to your point in a second there, Roger, as Grant has it on the halfway line. And again, King, I think this is beginning to float about a little bit, looking for space anywhere, but so far Torquay United have been denying them it.
Yeah, they've been keeping their shape well.
Yeah, they have actually, to be fair, so far. But Sonny Cox's 12th minute strike separates the sides. Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter 1. There's a long diagonal ball, comes out towards Johnson, but De Silva will be there by the time he tries to control it. De Silva gets it to one, but it only comes to Grant again. Is he going to turn? He comes back in on the right hand side. It finds King. King strokes it back to Spokes in midfield, and Chippenham, well, they need a little bit something extra in the final third at the moment, and there's a long ball coming in, but Ross Marshall will be delighted to see them all day. Heads that away, and it's back to Grant Holm, and he just strokes it back to Ellison, the only man in the Chippenham half at the moment. He finds his central defensive colleague Holloway, but he comes back to Ellison as well. Brad Ash doesn't even need to close them down, they're just passing it between themselves at the moment. Not huge amount of desire, but again, as you suggested, Roger, probably as much to do with Torquay's organisation off the ball at the moment.
Yeah.
As Grant again strokes it back to Ellison. Well, when you were saying, Roger, about, you know, it's almost like the players are given an extra 10% sort of thing, like, you know, and to me it's a confidence thing. It really is that simple. When you start winning games, every yard seems that little bit shorter, but here come Chippenham forward, it's down the right hand side, and Jones has got a chance to get past Ethan Archer. Excellent from Ethan Archer, tackles him, but it does come back to Jones, and he will feed it into Spokes. But again, everybody behind the ball for United, Brad Ash even included there, comes out to Johnson. This time he does try to get it across, but it will be easily cleared by Tomlinson, and Chippenham. No, is it offside? Not sure what the referee's doing there. He's going to have a word with McGavin again. Oh, he's going to show McGavin it. Surely not.
No.
Yep, I think McGavin must be chirping in his ear a little bit there, Roger, but
yeah, it was a chat, but I don't know what was said or anything else, but it was pointing different parts of the field.
Yeah, I think there was a tackle with McGavin when Chippenham were building there. He maybe was going back to that, but that seemed to be yesterday, never mind a few minutes ago. But there will be a throw in from a player I can't see because there's a pole in my way. De Silva will pick that up, and he can have a chance to come forward, and again there's a really stupid free kick to give away there by Chippenham. And United will have that free kick 20 yards from their own goal, just to the right of the touchline here, and to the left of the touchline. See if I can get any scores coming through from the National League. Dover 0, Tonbridge 1, St Albans 1, Havant 0, Taunton 0, Weymouth 1. So I'm amazed that game's going ahead actually. St Albans 1, Havant and Waterlooville 0. St Albans actually on a pretty good run at the moment. Yeah. If they get a win tonight, they'll be sniffing about the playoffs as well, Roger. The league's closing in.
It's closing in. Well, when you see the teams that we played, there's no real...
Well, I thought Ross Marshall was giving us a touch of the ball there at one point, Roger. I don't know what he was trying there, but
that's the first wrong thing he's done today.
Yeah, to be fair. He puts it out for a throw-in. We've got just over 2.5 minutes of this first half left here at Harden Hughes Park in Wiltshire. Chippenham Town 0, Torquay United 1. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport, and at the moment both games were Devon sides tonight going pretty well. Good movement by, good energy by De Silva. Grant again got it, but De Silva gets in, and that's, well, he's given that free kick. You have got to be kidding me. That's 5 yards away from us, Roger. De Silva clearly gets the ball. Grant brings him down. Free kick to Chippenham. You're kidding me. Even the men behind us, the Chippenham fans, you got away with that, Fred, they're saying.
Yeah.
And indeed he did.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's no way.
Well, Grant, I don't know if he's taking a knock. He just seemed to be taking a little bit of time out, is he?
Yeah.
King trying to come forward. That will be a free kick. And the referee goes over. He wants a word with De Silva. Well, I think De Silva's got every right to him saying, well, if you gave me the free kick in the first place, that wouldn't have happened, because it was, in my opinion, clear as day. But there you go.
Yes.
I've been wrong before, but only once, Roger. I always say to my good lady.
No, not wrong. You're definitely right there. I get you.
Well, Ellison's went down there.
Yeah.
Don't think it's anything. I think he's just maybe a dead leg or something. He took a little knock. The physio's coming on. Thought that was Torquay United's doctor there. It's not. Just for a split second there, I thought it was.
It did.
It's not him. Ellison will be going over to the sidelines. So Chippenham, I think, will see out this half with 10 men.
No, the ball's coming up.
Yeah, we've got 1 minute to go, and we're going to have an additional. Oh, there's a substitute coming on, actually.
He's going.
Yeah, he is indeed. Right, that's unlucky. 15, is that for?
Substitution of the evening for the Bluebirds. Meet in the field. We show your appreciation for number 15, Dan Ellison.
Yeah. Is it Nat Williams coming on? No, they're not going to tell us.
Coming on for the Bluebirds, number 18, Nat Williams.
Yep.
Well, I think Ellison's done all right, but I do think that Ash had some change out of him this evening, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially height-wise. Williams looks to be a couple of inches taller there.
It's still another a 20-year-old.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get the board for how many minutes to go, additional time, Roger, which will become the minute, but as it stands, it's going to be a free kick taken by Spokes. Diagonal in towards the Torquay box, up goes ahead, it's won by a Chippenham head, but Jenkins Davis gets it away, and then Brad Ash can make Williams, well, his first kick, he just lets it run out for a throw, but good energy there by Brad Ash going over there, just making sure
both
Williams
of them, and Williams as well, both running for. And really, it was a hopeless ball for running for.
It was actually, yeah. We're 15 seconds into additional time we have here. And here comes
3 minutes.
Holloway. Well, that's another foul to Chippenham. They seem to be racking up all of a sudden. The little nudges off the ball, referee seems to be giving them. And here comes Grant in towards the Torquay half. It's out to Johnson on that left hand side. De Silva immediately back to close him down. Comes back to Grant. Ball took a little bobble there. Grant did well enough to control it. Johnson almost slips back to Grant again, and he now finds Spokes with a little bit of space. Shoot is a cry, but I think he's a little bit too far out for that, and that's given away to Ethan Archer, but he's got nobody to aim at, so he just carries it forward himself. Archer, can he find Ash with that? No, he can't. Archer again comes back for it, though he didn't really have much there to aim at, to be fair to Archer on this occasion, but good closing down again by Ash, and King is forced to play it to the newly introduced Williams. He comes forward and he looks for Jones down the right hand side, who he finds, but Jones forced onto the back foot again by the work rate of Ethan Archer. Harris comes out to block the run of Fassin Mid, and Torquay United are awarded a throw-in, which they will probably slow the game down a little bit. 90 seconds to go. We don't. We give it to Brett McGavin, and he just strokes it back to Dean Moxey and Ross Marshall. It's almost, I might be wrong here, but if Torquay went to free at the back here, bear with me a second. As the ball comes forward, Brad Ash will pick that up, but again back to goal, gives it to Asa Hall. He's got Archer on the left hand side, who he finds De Silva in space at the back post, but he comes inside to Hall again. Hall turns back, nice little ball. Well, I'm not sure who that was to. Just trying to work out Harris, and
he's just slightly forward of the back three.
Yeah, well, Marshall seems to be a bit more central as well. It could have just been the phase of play, to be honest, Roger. But
yeah,
no, they look like they're going back to the four. Actually, just for a second there, I thought he'd push Marshall inside. I'm not aware of any tactical changes Chippenham made, so not sure why Gary would, as his side are currently 1-0 up. And again, a low ball comes through, absolutely aimless there. I think that was a substitute there that played that through, but Halstead will just pick that up, and we're 30 seconds away from the break. Still Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter 1 to the best of my knowledge. That would be a huge result for Exeter. They don't score many, but in truth they don't concede that many either, so tight game maybe in Bristol Rovers. Well, it wasn't that long ago they were in the same division as Torquay. They managed to get into the league and they're now out of League One, and they've acquitted themselves fairly well in there for the last couple of seasons. But Exeter currently 1-0 up there. And the referee puts the whistle to his lips. It's a couple of seconds early, but we have reached a half-time whistle here, the half-time mark at Harden-Huish Park. There is good news for Torquay United as Will Jenkins' 11th minute goal separates these sides. Will Jenkins-Davis, Brad Ash made a nuisance of himself in the box. The ball broke to Jenkins-Davis. He just took it on one touch with the right foot, second touch strokes it past the keeper to put United in front. Roger, I think Gary Johnson will be reasonably happy with that. Would that be fair to say?
I think Gary Johnson will be reasonably happy. I think the fans should be happy because we've looked totally in control and snuffing out anything that the Chippenham were trying to bring in.
Well, I think bar one shot from Bradbury on 34 minutes, I think that was. It was basically Halstead's not had a huge amount to do, has he? It's so Torquay United, I think, will be reasonably happy with this performance. And as I did mention before, excuse me, I did mention before, Roger, that Chippenham tend to lose most of their games here, and at the moment we're going to script a little bit, aren't we?
Yeah, they are, and really, it's, you know, it's, if they got the ball in from their winger, they could have had a lot of chances, but they just didn't do it, did they?
Absolutely.
I think they would. We got a load of Torquay.
I just looked and I said, he looks a lot like Jack Stobbs, and I realised it is him and Aaron Jarvis and Kevin Dawson.
It does look like a Jack Stobbs. It does look like they're all in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Literally, I looked up and I thought, he really looks like that. I noticed the coat he had on and whatever. So, yeah, well, as I said, I think Gary Dwayne a for reaction, Paul, also just making his way into the tunnel. Gary did bring the whole squad here today. As I said, he is trying to create the you know, the togetherness, not just on the terraces but on the squad as well. And I'm sure you're probably aware of the interview that he gave to us after the game the other day when he had a few choice words and whatever. It's wasn't too happy with some things, and he's just sort of saying hopefully the fans will all get behind the team. But Roger, in my experience in my footballing life, they'll get behind the team when the team start winning, basically, won't they? It's that's the long and short of it, that if his team start doing well, the fans will become more happy as they all walk past us again there. It's should have grabbed one of them for an interview, actually. But
yeah, it's because I was actually taught Aaron Davis. We was having a meal for the Dover game, and he was asked then, because he was giving a speech there, when will he be back, and he said 3 games.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Well, just before we head back to the studio, just a brief rundown of what's happened here today. The first big chance of the game really came in 11 minutes when Brad Ash made a nuisance of himself on the edge of the box. Will Jenkins-Davis broke from midfield, picked up the scraps, one touch with the right foot, took a shot after that past the keeper to put United in front. He did pick up a yellow card just 11 minutes after that, though, so he has to be a little bit careful. And truthfully, the only real chance coming from Chippenham was a Bradbury shot, easily enough saved by Halstead after 39 minutes. We'll head back to the studio now, but at half time here, it is Chippenham Town 0, Torquay United 1. Join us for the second half.
Winter.
Arctic air moving its way in from the north.
With biting winds and icy roads. When a drive to work can last for hours.
There's one car that is totally buried.
So pretty horrendous.
And snowmen come out to play. But you can only find one glove.
Little bit of wintry sunshine out and about.
Could even have a few patches of frost. Strong winds.
Stormy weather awaits us.
Transport disruption. Very unsettled. Temperatures drop a little bit lower than they did last night.
We're here so you know what's happening.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
OK, we're at half-time then in our featured games tonight here on BBC Radio Devon. We'll go around the grounds and give you an idea of what's going on elsewhere in world of football as well. But let's begin a half-time roundup in League One at the Memorial Stadium. Exeter City away against Bristol Rovers, and Alan Richardson, so far so good for the Grecians.
Yeah, you're almost going to say, as far as to say, it's been one-way traffic really for the Grecians, who took the game by the scruff of the neck nice and early on. They got an early goal as well, which always helps. Terrific raid down the left-hand side from Jack Aitchison, and Rovers really struggled to clear their lines. The ball eventually falling to Sonny Cox. In truth, the goalkeeper Matt Cox should have done a lot better. He should have managed to force the ball away from the situation, but Cox, following up, managed to force the ball over the line. He almost doubled City's advantage midway through the first half as well. Terrific twist and turn inside the penalty area, and the ball struck the post. Looked like it might well have bounced in off that post. In fact, it hit the outside and went away, and City very unlucky there. Rovers have really struggled to get into the game. It's very windy here at the Memorial Stadium. We've had heavy rain at times as well, which suggests the rain or the wind is really running across the pitch and into our faces. But I suspect it has favoured City a little bit in that first half. Certainly, I don't know who won the toss, but certainly they turned the two sides round. So Rovers will be kicking towards the City fans in the second half. We suspect they might have a little bit of wind behind them as well. They have an awful lot of work to do. They've looked very lacklustre of Matt Taylor's side. City have known what they've been doing. They've looked very safe in front of Phil Sinisalo. He's barely been threatened. Matt Cox, much the busier of the two goalkeepers. And at half-time it is Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter City 1.
Thank you very much, Alan Richardson. We'll be back with second half coverage of City away against Rovers soon here on BBC Radio Devon. But pretty good first half that from the Grecians. Your only worry is you think that Bristol Rovers can't possibly be as poor in the second half as they were in the first. But time will tell, and City have something to hold on to now. Elsewhere in League One, by the way, just running down the scorelines in League One: Bolton 1, Cheltenham 0, Charlton 2, Northampton 2, Oxford United 0, Barnsley 1. Wigan against Wycombe is goalless, as is Reading against Derby County. As it stands, Exeter up to 19th with 30 points from 28 games. Believe it or not, they're only 3 points off, as it stands, 13th position. That's how tight League One is at the moment. Let's go to National League South next. Torquay United at Chippenham. Paul Mulhern.
Well, James, it's hardly been a spectacular match here, but it's a half of football that I think Gary Johnson will be reasonably pleased with. Chippenham haven't offered a great deal, and I think a lot of credit has to go to United's organisation off the ball. They seem to be playing more of a team, more as a team, shall we say. But as I said, during the first half there wasn't a huge amount at either end, but after 11 minutes that's when the big moment happened, as Brad Ash made a nuisance of himself. A ball that was played into the edge of the box, he got in front of the defender, it kind of bounced off one of them, either Ash or the defender, I'm not sure. Jenkins Davis just realised it, broke from the midfield position, picked the ball up in the edge of the box, took it forward with one touch, and then with second touch just stroked it past the keeper to give United the lead. After another 11 minutes, 22 gone, Jenkins Davis picked up a yellow card, which has had its tempered performance a little bit. He'd started really well, and he slowed down a little bit, but he's still playing particularly well. A Fasson Mad shot well over from an angle after 14 minutes, at that time was all that Chippenham had to offer. A weak De Silva shot on the half-hour mark didn't go in, and then Brad Ash had probably the other best chance of the half, as a cross from Marshall on the right-hand side was met by the head of Ash. It was almost like a half-diving header, but he couldn't keep it on target, and it just went wide of the keeper's left-hand post. Another minute later, another Ash shot was deflected into the keeper's hand, and then with just 6 minutes before the break, Bradbury had the best chance for Chippenham, as his shot from about 22 yards was easily enough saved by Halstead. But Gary Johnson will be reasonably happy, I feel, James, as half-time here is Chippenham 0, Torquay United 1.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much, Paul. So both our local sides winning on the road by 1-0, or leading on the road by 1-0 at the moment. Still a long way to go before they become wins, of course, but fingers crossed for both City and Torquay United. In National League South, it's Dover 1, Tunbridge Angels 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Farnborough 1, Maidstone United 1, Braintree 0, St Albans City 1, Haventon Waterlooville 1, Taunton 0, Weymouth 1, Weston-super-Mare 0, Bath City 0, Worthing 0, Slough 1. Truro City against Yeovil Town at Plymouth Parkway's Blythe Park called off due to a waterlogged pitch there. And Chelsea now in danger of running away with it and becoming a bit embarrassing at Stamford Bridge in the EFL Cup semi-finals, second round, semi-final, second leg, I should say, sorry. It's now Chelsea 4, Middlesbrough 0. Middlesbrough were, of course, leading the tie overall by 1-0 aggregate score, but Chelsea now, with 42 minutes on the clock, are 4-0 up at Stamford Bridge, so lead 4-1 on aggregate. Right, let's talk about Exeter City women now, because they are a side definitely with ambitions of promotion this season. In Division 1 South West, 12 games played, 12 games won, including a 14-0 win over Chelsea at Exwick Sports Hub on Sunday. They are going great guns at the moment. They go away to Braintree in the Cup on the weekend, and I've been chatting to City women's defender Bo Jackson.
Yeah, it's definitely a happy camp for sure. I mean, we've got such a great squad, such a great team. Like, as a club, it's just brilliant. And as you say, the results are really showing kind of how much hard work we've put in for the last couple of years, really, in terms of progression and building and actually making a club sustainable on all accounts. And it's nice to see the results in the scorelines, and credit to the other teams as well. But I think we're just coming out with a different sort of level within this league, and people really can't handle us at the moment.
No, absolutely. I mean, Chelsea last weekend, 14-0. Before that, Southampton 8-1, and then away at Swindon 6-1. You can't stop scoring as a team, can you?
You've said it now, James, which means that it's going to stop scoring.
No. I'm not going to jinx it. Don't worry, I'm not jinxing it.
No, and you know, it's brilliant. We've got such an amazing attacking force, on and off the pitch, and it's really showing that. And it's nice to see the credit where the credit's due. That the players out there, we're one big unit. It starts from the goalkeeper, and the goals that are being created. It's not just they're just tap-ins. They're just tap-ins. Like the build-up plays, the combinations, the third player runs. Like it's all building to a level where we're playing against these teams, and they're looking at us going, where did that come from? And that's where we want to be. We want to be pushing those leagues. We want to, we just missed out on promotion last year, and we kind of want to put statements out to the league of saying we're not going anywhere. We've not lost anyone. We're building from the squad that we had last year, and we want to get promotion, and we want to really put Exeter City on the map for the women's game.
Just goes to show, Bo, doesn't it, in sport, it is all about momentum. You can have bad momentum, can't you, where you can't win for toffee. Dare I say, like the Exeter City men's team found out before Christmas. Things have turned around since then, obviously. But when you're on a winning run, it's very hard to break that.
Yeah, and the momentum, as you said, it builds within a squad. It builds that confidence. It builds the flamboyancy you get within the team. When you're high in confidence, you look at those little passes that you may not do if you're kind of 1-0, or if you're a little bit hesitant, or you're thinking, the manager's going to drop me, or all those things that go around your head. Momentum is a real thing in sport. It builds confidence. It builds that mental strength, and you try things which, if they work, fantastic, because that means it's a different level, and it's a different creativity that you're seeing on the pitch, which teams haven't seen before or cannot, defend against, which creates a better scoreline, which creates a better feel in the team, better for the fans. It's all good all round, really.
You get great support at Exwick Sports Hub, don't you? I go there on a Thursday watching my boy train. He does some training on a Thursday night. I mean, it's a great place to play football with the sort of artificial surface, which clearly helps, doesn't it, when the weather's not so good, because you see so many games called off, and the addition of this very small grandstand there now as well.
Yeah, and that shows kind of the structure where the women's game is going as well. It's our home ground. We get a couple of games every year on St James's, which is fantastic as well. And we always get good support there. And we're, as a squad, as a club, we're really thankful and grateful for the fans. We are not a team without the fan base there. And the fact that people come out in the rain, snow, wind, rain, anything, you see all the coats come off, all their hands in gloves and the hats on, and they're still there supporting us, and it's really credit to them for coming out, because it makes our game so much more enjoyable. And as you say, they're building on to putting a grandstand there and building in places, and unfortunately we don't live in the sunniest place in the world, so we can't guarantee that games will be on grass pitches, but it builds in that momentum, in the fact that our game's not going to be on, never not going to be on. So then we go, well, we know we've got a game, we know we're going to prepare. Whereas when you've, and I've previously had it, you really prepare for a grass pitch game, and it gets called off last minute, and you go, oh, well, what do we do now? Like, well, we can't train anywhere because there's nowhere to be able to train. So it just all adds with that success and the build-in momentum, and keeps our consistency going as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking at your fixtures coming up, Billericay Town away on Sunday, isn't it, in the Women's National League Cup? That's one of your furthest, well, it will be one of your furthest trips this season, won't it?
Yeah, so far. So we've got a nice little away trip for the weekends, which will be great fun, I'm sure. And I'm sure you'll probably see a lot of things on our social media because of it.
Bit of team bonding going on, Bo?
James, what happens on the club? No, I'm joking. No, and is, you know, talking about kind of the social media stuff and seeing the takeover and things like that, so people can really see what it's like to kind of be in this women's club, be in this team one. What actually happens? You know, what are the conversations on the bus? What's our prep like? How are we gonna prepare in the morning when usually we're all at our own place and we're all having our own breakfast, and all those different aspects which build that professionalism. And it's building in the women's game, and say things like this which allows us to do it. It's great, and hopefully we continue our run. But Billericay are a good side, so hopefully we just get them on a bad day.
Yeah, good luck to Exeter City women on the weekend. Sounds like it's going to be quite a weekend there for the players away in Essex against Billericay. That was Bo Jackson talking to me earlier here on BBC Radio Devon.
John Akers at breakfast.
BBC Radio Devon.
We're here to start your day with a laugh. That means I've woken you up.
No, I've got a 7-year-old, so I've been up since 5. We're a bit excited in this house.
It's everything you need to start your day. So my dad's at LSE with Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger says to my dad, "I'm not coming back next year. I'm just going to give it a go with the band." My dad's like that. "Mick, don't throw your life away. What if it comes to nothing?" And the list maker's back after 9. What are we doing?
We're doing list makers.
Yes, sorry, I was miles away then.
John Akers at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Devon. James Vickery.
BBC
Radio Devon.
OK, let's take you back to your second half commentaries then here on BBC Radio Devon. If you're listening on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon, across the county on DAB Digital Radio, on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, we can take you back to Wiltshire for Chippenham Town against Torquay United with Roger Lester and Paul Mulhern.
Yeah, thanks very much, James. We're just about to take kick-off here. No changes for either side. I will run through both sides when I get a chance, but half-time United 1-0, 1 goal to the good. And truthfully, I think that was a fair reflection on the game. There wasn't a host of chances for either side, but the better ones did fall to Torquay United, and the one that counted, Will Jenkins Davis, finished with aplomb as we are about to get back underway here. And off we go here at Harden Hooish Park. Chippenham in their all blue strip will be hitting from left to right as we look at it into the seated end. Torquay United obviously from right to left, and as I said, no changes for either side. I will go through when the ball I get a chance. As immediately McClure drops deep, picks it up again, and now Chippenham heading towards Torquay United's goal, I think, because the stewards just stood in front of me. And it's out to Jones on the right hand side, but again United force it back, and excuse me, Williams plays it forward again, looking for McClure, a little tug on his jersey, but the referee decides not by enough, and United just about get it clear, but it comes out again to Jones on the right hand side. He plays it forward, looking for the support of Bradbury, who does manage to pick it up. He gets a low cross, or he tries a low cross, but it goes out for a goal kick. So I'll just run through both three sides before bringing Roger back in. Torquay United are Halstead in goal, Marshall, Tomlinson, Moxie and Harris is a back four from right to left. McGavin, Hall, Jenkins, Davis is a midfield three with De Silva and Archer both working very hard down the flanks, and Ash up front for the home side. That's Henry in goal, Grant, Holloway, Ellison, who's been taken off for Williams, and Jones. Midfield of Johnson, Spokes, Bradbury and King, and Fassin-Mad and McClure up front as United trying to build forward now down their right hand side. Asa Hall has got it, he pokes it out there, but it comes back to De Silva trying to go past his man Fassin-Mad, but Fassin-Mad quite frankly is just too strong for him and clears that easily enough, but Archie Harris will get on to the end of that, and it's through to Dean Moxie, and he strokes it across to Ollie Tomlinson, and he will try to look to build for Torquay United up onto the halfway line. Dinks the ball forward looking for De Silva. It's a good ball to De Silva in a little bit of space. All of a sudden he comes inside past one. He was looking for the movement of Ash in the box. Ash just about gets it, but he's got 3 Chippenham players around him. Can he get the ball across? He goes down, and it is a free kick to Torquay United. Welcome back, Roger Lester. Roger, chance here for United early doors to get the ball into the box and put a free kick 2 yards from the touchline byline and just about 2 yards outside the box on the right hand side.
Yes, it's a bit of a silly challenge, but Ash had three people all over him, and he held that ball up, and they had to fail him to get it.
Yep. It's going to be, I think, Jenkins Davis all the way over there. The range seems to be non-stop now. It has been coming and going for most of the game, but it's going to be Jenkins Davis with the right foot, and it comes to the head of, I think that was Ash, and it will be a goal kick. Ash claiming it come off a Chippenham player,
but the linesman's got an offside flag out over there. Yeah, so I don't know what that's about.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it has indeed as well. It's not a goal kick, but there you go. Or was it? Sorry, it's Chippenham just trying to play out from the back, and here comes Williams. Has the ball immediately. Gavin should have got that, but he didn't. Archie Harris does well enough, plays it upfield, and it'll be a throw-in not far in front of us here on the left-hand side, on Chippenham's right-hand side, which will be taken by Jones. Already 3 minutes into the second half here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. United 1-0 up through Will Jenkins Davis, 11th minute strike, as the ball goes out to the left hand side for Johnson. I'll be honest, I don't know how good options Chippenham have got on the bench, but he's had a bit of a mare for me, Johnson, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the first person I'd take off if I was.
And it's United that take the throw in, and Asa Hall will pick it up, strokes it back to Tomlinson. Again, Tom Lapsley over there in that right back position. As we look at it, Roger, I should have said to him at half time, go and do it behind the goals please, but I'm sure he wouldn't listen to me. And it's back to Mark Halstead and his right foot cross, right foot clearance reaches a halfway line. Brett McGavin brings it down. Asa Hall gets in, puts it to De Silva. Decent strength by De Silva. He's eventually, the referee, good referee in there at that time actually. De Silva was fouled, tried to give him the advantage, none gained. Free kick to Torquay United just inside the Chippenham half on the right hand side.
And I think the officials have been very good so far in this match.
Yeah, he's been not too bad. A little bit headmasterish, I thought, for a bit, but then again I can't hear what's been said to him. So, and here comes Archer again. Quite a busy performance from him. And he finds Dean Moxey on a halfway line, and that linesman's going to need to get out of the road at some point. Jenkins Davis. And he loses it, and it comes to King. And again a clearance there, but that'll go all the way through to Halstead. That's pretty poor from the home side, and I think secretly Gary Johnson and his team will be reasonably happy if that's all they've got to offer, but I'm sure it won't be the case, as Dean Moxey, long ball, up goes ahead of Asa Hall, but he's easily beaten there by substitute Williams. And again it comes back to Dean Moxey through Tomlinson, and that's a better ball out to the right hand side now, where he has found Jenkins Davis. Stroke back again to Tomlinson, and back to Moxey. Harris is out here on this left hand side, but ignored for the time being as Jenkins Davis tries to come forward. He's got McGavin behind him, who he finds. McGavin then goes back to Moxey. There will be an attempt at closing down, but quite frankly wasted energy, and then Harris does that. That's poor from Harris, and now here's a chance. Fasten Mad on the right hand edge of the box. Both Moxey and Harris coming out to slow him down, which they do. He finds Jones on the edge of the box, but Jones just can't do much with that, and Moxey just sweeps that up, and then again given away by Torquay United. They need to do a little bit better. And then unfortunately for De Silva, the attempted poke forward there by Grant comes off his hand, and Chippenham will have a free kick 10 yards inside their own half, which I think they might look to put into it. No, they're not. Well, fair play to them. At least they're trying to play football, for want of a without wishing to sound patronising, but
they are. And if you notice, they're trying to go through the middle.
Yeah.
And not using the wings.
They are. And if United just stiffen that area up, well, they did in the first half, Chippenham are not going to have a huge amount to offer. 6.5 minutes played here in the second half. Chippenham 0, United 1. Nice little give and go there from Fasten Mad and Jones out here, and now Spokes is going to try and come forward exactly as you said, Roger, through the middle, but Brett McGavin gets past one, and now he finds Jenkins Davis. Can Jenkins Davis find De Silva? Yes he can. United getting a lot of men up support. Ball into the box, is going to try and find Bradash, but a good headed clear. Is it headed clear there? Actually a poor header in the end it was by Williams, the substitute, but goalkeeper Henry managed to punch it away, and Torquay United will have a throw in just inside the Chippenham half, but it's now inside United's half as Harris goes back to Moxey, and then back to Ollie Tomlinson, or across to Ollie Tomlinson, but a little bit of better impetus there for Torquay United. Roger?
It definitely is. It feels like when Torquay get the ball and started going forward, you feel something's going to happen, where beforehand it never.
Yeah. Now McGavin finds De Silva on the right hand side again. Can he get past his man? He goes past one, he's going to get a low ball across, but it is cleared away there by King. I have to say, he's not offered a huge amount going forward, but he's been a very busy player, King. He seems to be everywhere at times for the home side.
He does, yeah. There's a couple of their players are really good. I'm waiting to see the introduction of Tom Lapsley.
Well, the fact that Gary Johnson's got those options, Roger's something that just seems to have been an eternity in coming. But as it stands, here comes Holloway, busting out of defence, well tracked back by McGavin. Oh, nice serve by Holloway, gets it out to Jones, but try with a nice little back heel there. Worth a try, but I don't think Jones was on the same page as him there, and
no, but
truthfully, if he was, he'd have a chance to get the ball into the box.
Aaron, that's brilliant.
And it's going to be a throw-in by Harris. Up it comes up the line, and it's taken down there by Holloway, and Chippenham will pick this up again with De Silva. Spotted that, does really well, gets it to Jenkins Davis. He's only got Ash in support. Marshall rampaging up the right hand side, good stuff by Marshall. He's got it, he dinks it into the edge of the box, but it's going to be too easy for the goalkeeper. Brad Ash almost pulling the shirt off the defender there as well. He knew he wasn't getting near that, but again, it's almost like a slow quick slow sort of performance so far from Torquay. Happy to knock the ball about, but truthfully, Roger, from what I've seen for the first almost 55 minutes, or 54 we've played here, when United just up the pace that little bit, they're maybe a little step above here, but there's a good ball. But Harris will surely get onto that first. Is he going to be able to shepherd that out? He plays it back to Halstead. Halstead comfortably enough on his left foot, but it will be picked up by a Chippenham player. And Dean Moxey almost trying to bring Spokes down there, but pulled out the tackle and then given away to McGavin, but McGavin miscontrols it, and then McGavin turns past his mark. Oh, good play by McGavin, does well there. And now back to Moxey, back to McGavin, and then Harris has got it and should complete the clearance, but he instead plays it into Brett McGavin. And I was just heard somebody behind us saying some player that McGavin. That's not something you've heard from too many Torquay fans. And there's a good ball from Marshall up the right hand side. De Silva puts the afterburners on, heading towards the edge of the box, gets in looking for Jenkins Davis, but again it falls a Chippenham way. Excuse me.
One of the Chippenham.
Archer doing well there, but well, McGavin, Roger, it was probably only 3-4 months ago people were wondering why McGavin even had a ticket for a match, never mind a spot in the team, but he's been outstanding for the last few months, hasn't he, to be fair to him.
And just think, without his goals, where would we be now?
Well, I did say during the commentary on Saturday at Torquay United, just give him the goal of the season award now, because if it was 10 goals they were going to pick, it'll probably 10 of them will be Brett McGavin from outside the boxes. Again, Saturday was a beauty. He scored a phenomenal free kick against Weymouth from 28 yards right into the top corner, and again, it comes down to confidence, Roger, doesn't it?
It does.
Dean Moxey looking for De Silva, but truthfully nowhere near him, way over his head. And said, Roger, you were saying about you're looking at the flags, and I'm looking at 3 across the room. 2 of them are blown from left to right, and the other one's blown from right to left, so decide what way that wind's going.
No, it's really, because the rain, obviously the rain's going with it, but I do believe the player down for
I think that
Chippenham
is Holloway, actually. I think that's...
Yeah, he did go with his leg, his hamstring at the back.
Richie Harris comes over for a quick drink, which he asked the linesman for permission to do. Fair enough. Very polite. And as you say, we've got a little break in play here. As far as I'm aware, it's still Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter City 1. That would be a massive result for Exeter if they could see that one out. And also, if Torquay can see this one out, it'd be a pretty decent result for them as well. Went on a good run of form, Roger, and sort of firmly embedded themselves in the playoffs, United, didn't they? And then just lost about 3 games in a row sort of thing, and the only advantage they had was lost. But again, this league, it's virtually impossible to read, isn't it? You look at teams at the bottom and you think, beat them comfortably, and they turn up and they look like peak Barcelona at times, some of them, don't they?
They do. Well, the thing is, they're playing Torquay and they're saying it's their cup final. We're playing a big club, and they do the extra effort. It's what the supporters talking to us today says, you're a big club. Why are you in this league?
Yeah, unfortunately that comes down to merit, I'm afraid, and the reality is there is going to be a substitution over there. So is that them need to take off another player?
Yeah, that's it. I thought his hamstring had gone.
Is it number 5? I think it's Holloway it's going
Yeah.
off. Well, that's 2 of their centre halves have went off, Roger. I'm not going to pretend that I know. I think I can see.
Yeah,
I think we're about to see Jake Evans coming on.
Jake Evans,
according to a man that thinks he's knowledgeable behind us, and I'm sure he is far more than me and Chippenham. He thinks Jones will move into the centre half position, and the oncoming Evans will go as right back. So okay.
He's had a he's played for Cardiff, Hempstead and Hungerford he came from.
Well, let's hope United can take advantage of what was now pretty much a patched up defence. As the ball comes forward, was restarted again. Dean Moxey heads it back into the Chippenham half. De Silva comes from nowhere, gets that. Marshall did reasonably well, then gets a challenge in, but the referee deems that's a free kick. And there's going to be a substitution indeed. Is this another substitution or the same one? Yeah, it's the same one, sorry. So unfortunately both Ellison and Amandi Holloway taken off for Chippenham, unfortunately for them.
And he was one of their best players, better players.
He was doing alright, yeah, but as I said, let's see. Well, it looks like the Chippenham man behind us got it wrong. Well, actually Evans looks like he's going to sit in midfield. This is going to be interesting.
It is.
We shall see once the game gets back into shape, but he's definitely, well, as it stands at the moment, Chippenham have got 2 defenders back there, so. And it's going to be, well, Spokes is going to be the man who goes into the centre half. Now, I don't know how, as the ball comes up over the top, but Harris does well and gets it back to Halstead. I don't know if you heard the man behind us there, he said, "This is interesting, I've never seen Spokes play there before." So if Gary Johnson's of a similar mind, get Brad Ash right up against him now is what I would say, Roger.
Yep.
As Halstead's clearance is not a very good one and goes all the way out for a throw-in. And almost into the gantry, which is virtually impossible to see because of the rain and the darkness over there, but there is people up there that I can see. I'm sure they're enjoying being higher up as well, Roger. But
the rain's going straight in their faces.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's about to be a change for Torquay United as well. I can see unless somebody's decided to take a glow stick with them, but I can see the board being lit up over there, and it's going to be Tom Lapsley.
Yeah.
But as it stands, it's a throw into Chippenham midway inside the Torquay United half. I'm not convinced that's where that went out from, but the referee's allowing it, and it's thrown up there to the left hand side. Asa Hall just stands his man up, and Chippenham will again look to build in a little bit of space, but Tomlinson, I beg your pardon, just puts their foot in, but it does break a Chippenham way. Can they get on the edge of the box? They can. Here's a shot by Grant. That wasn't far wide there actually. Looked at from this angle, Grant coming up from left back. I don't think Halstead had that one covered, to be honest, Roger, but I'd prefer not to have asked the question.
Yeah, he did. He had it covered. It was a fair shot, and it was under the goal bar height. So if it was on target, and definitely Hall for Lapsley.
There is. Well, off goes Asa Hall. To be honest, I was actually about to say, Roger, that he's not looked too mobile tonight, and this rain now coming down and all over our paperwork and stuff as well. But Tom Lapsley coming back, I don't think there'll be a single Torquay United fan listening to us, Roger. It'll be upset with that one.
No.
As Halstead plays it to Moxey, and then out to Harris, whose miscontrol is poor. He's closed down by Fassenmad, and he will pick up a yellow card for that. And truthfully, I don't think Moxey should have played that to him, but Harris needs to do a little bit better there.
But I don't know if it's for a tackle or for kicking the ball.
No, it was for the tackle, yeah. We've played 62 minutes here at Harden Hooge Park. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport on this wet and windy Tuesday night, and it is currently Chippenham 0, Torquay United 1, but the home side beginning to build their way into this one a little bit, and Spokes is about to put a free kick from the right hand side, into the danger area for Torquay United. Everybody on the edge of the box. United holding a highish line here. Let's see what happens here. Spokes goes to dummy it. Here comes a right-footed cross in towards the back post, but it's way overhit, and that'll go out harmlessly for a goal kick. And truthfully, Spokes has got to do better there.
He's got to do better, but there again, the wind was right behind him there, so you don't know if that affected that ball to go out. But the old corner flag now is like bending over.
Yeah. I'll just see if I can catch any other scores, Roger. It's from the National League South.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Chelsea 4, Middlesbrough 0, and the...
It's close.
Yep. The League Cup semi-final. Let's see if Exeter are still winning. I believe they are after the hour mark. And in the National League South, Dover 1, Tonbridge 2, Hemel 0, Farnborough 1, Maidstone 1, Braintree 1, St Albans 1, Havant 1, Taunton 0, Weymouth 1, and Weston-super-Mare 0, Bath 1, and Worthing 0, Slough 1 at Lantrest, Torquay United. Slough, another team that looked like they were going to have a real relegation battle, but have decided just to start stringing win after win together, and they're now just sniffing about the playoffs, as here comes Jones down this right hand side, but he's forced back to Spokes, and his ball will be cut out by De Silva. If De Silva gets in front of his man here, he doesn't. Again, Grant, really impressed with him, to be perfectly honest, Roger. I think he's been a really good player at left back for them, and there's a good ball. Archer has to get back to cover that, he does, and he allows Jones to give the ball away to Harris, and then Harris plays it to Brad Ash, but he tries to just... a little bit too clever there, but Ash saying, why are you passing that to me? I won't use the exact language that I could hear and read on his lips there, as Brett McGavin wins it back for Torquay United, and now Archer's got it and he plays it out, but it's not really good enough from Archer there. He has to do better there. De Silva and acres of space, nobody anywhere near him, and Archer just kicks it out of play. But again, here come McClure.
5 years behind. 5 yards behind.
Yeah, terrible from Archer there in truth, actually, but to be fair to the lad, he's done pretty well tonight in terms of his work rate and his effort and stuff. So here comes Tom Lapsley back there trying to get a tackle in. A shot attempted to come in from McClure. He's beginning to look like a bit of a desperate man to me, to be honest, and there eventually is a foul, and he's brought down, and Jenkins Davis is going to see his second yellow card here, Roger, and we are about to see a red card for Will Jenkins Davis. I think that's pretty harsh, to be perfectly honest, but Torquay United will see out this game with only 10 men, and we still have 25 minutes to go. 65 played.
I honestly believe if you saw that build up, that was played for him to do that, for Jenkins to get sent off.
Did you think that was worthy of a yellow card?
Yeah, it was a yellow card, but I think the way the ball was, that they was kind of targeting him. It's like they do in this league. Once they know somebody's there, they target the person.
Well, he's walking towards us, Roger. He's 5-10 yards away from me, shaking his head.
Yeah.
Off he goes. He is not happy at all. I thought, just on first view from a distance, I thought that was a little bit harsh, to be honest, Roger, but listen, the referees...
He was right by the referee, was
right.
Yeah,
absolutely. I thought it was just a little bit late, but again, pictures might show different, but as it stands, it's now Chippenham against 10-man United, and it's a free kick 28 yards from goal. United line up the edge of the box. It's going to be a right footer coming in. It hits off the wall. Good bravery on the wall by Torquay, and now they've got a chance to break, and Brett McGavin is the one coming out with the ball, finds De Silva on the right hand side, goes past one, but he's immediately closed down. Good tracking back there, but Tom Lapsley does what Tom Lapsley does, and then gets an unfortunate break of the ball, and it comes to Chippenham for a throw in, and now they're going to be coming forward. Their heads will be lifted, and here rampaging forward to the edge of the box, but poor again as McClure gives it away, and then Torquay United give it away. They just need to keep their composure a little bit. Here it's out there now to on the left hand side to the substitute Evans, now in the middle. Here's Spokes, strokes again over to the left hand side where Bradbury will have it. Chippenham just trying to slow build up again. It's now back to Spokes, come back into the left foot, but good play there by McGavin. tackled him one way and then get back up when they managed to put him off enough by a tackle the other way. But again, here's Johnson down the left hand side. This time he does get the cross in. Up go the heads. It's ahead of Harris, which is going to break at the edge of the box. That breaks kindly to Jones on there. Full shot by Jones and it's tipped in. And there is a goal for Chippenham. And they have equalised. It's been a disastrous 5 minutes for Torquay United. I can't quite see who's got the goal. He will not turn round and show me his number, but one thing I can guarantee is that after 67 minutes here at Harden Hughes Park, it's a goal for Chippenham. It's Faisal Madi that scores it. It's Torquay United 1, Chippenham Town 1, and the home side have got the bit between their teeth.
And they're just taking off Brad Ash to put on Collins.
Well, he has changed that. I thought he got that wrong. Actually, it was actually McClure that got it. I couldn't see in the melee in the box, Roger. After I didn't think it was Faisal Madi. It's actually been given to McClure. I didn't think it was Faisal Madi, but I was happy to go with the guy behind me. But as it stands, it's Chippenham 1, Torquay United 1, and Torquay United are down to 10 men. But a mistake in the Chippenham defence will see United have a corner. And let's see how Torquay United responded. That substitution happened, it did indeed.
Yes,
so
it did.
Brad Ashes went off and Lewis Collins has come on. Well, Gary Johnson must be wondering who he's upsetting the footballing god, so to speak, Roger. That never looked really like it was coming, in my opinion, but
no.
As if corner kick comes in towards the back post, headed away there. But De Silva doesn't bother chasing that. Well, it's too far away from him. Torquay United will have a throw in midway inside the Chippenham half, down the right hand side. Well, we're about to see what Torquay United are made of. It looks like, yep, Collins is going to go up front, isn't he? It looks like he's going to be the striker, going by what we're seeing here at the moment.
Torquay United leaving the field, number 11 Brad Ash, and coming on number 10 Lewis Collins.
There's De Silva looking for a free kick. He turns one way, then the other, then back again. And again, this linesman just blocking a few. I know he's got to be there, Roger, but it could have been better as McGavin just about wins it. And De Silva drives into the box. There's a low ball across. Good shot there, but saved by the goalkeeper. That's given away. Here's Dean Moxey. He's got a chance. Moxey, he tries a shot and it's also blocked. I think, was that Tom Lapsley that got the shot in there? It was saved?
No, it was Moxey.
No, there was one just before that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Harris has now got it back to Tomlinson. Long diagonal again, looking for De Silva. Brings it down well. De Silva goes past his man. Johnson again driving into the edge of the box. De Silva has another low ball across, but it's cleared away there, and all of a sudden De Silva seems to have the bit between his teeth. But Chippenham will try to build now. But it's back in their defence. We have 20 minutes left here. I think that was Lapsley that got that little shot and a good save by the keeper. As Jones tries to go round Archer, but Archer holds him back. Well, doesn't hold him back, he stops him. And here comes King again, but that's poor from King. Well, I think De Silva, the last couple of minutes, Roger,
He's just seemed to turn an extra. No, I found an extra. No, they filled up with a 4-star.
Trying to see any changes Torquay have made in terms of their shape or whatever. As the keeper makes a mistake there and he gets lucky, and then Collins almost gets in. Oh, he made a big mistake in the edge of his box. It's now down. And here's Lapsley, finds Collins. Collins finds McGavin. Harris is going to offer him support on the left hand side, but he comes to Archer instead. Archer looking to create space, tries a shot. I think that didn't deflect, and it goes harmlessly behind. If that didn't take a deflection, I'm afraid Archer's got to hang his head in shame with that one, Roger. But again, because the linesman keeps walking into our position, we can't always see.
And we can't see now. Being that we are pitch side, but if you notice the way they crowd McGavin up when the ball comes in the centre for a shot.
Yep. Well, they've obviously done their homework. Chippenham again playing out from the back. Well, even before the sending off, as a long ball comes forward, think down, but that will be picked up by a Chippenham player. Faisal Madi is up there to support. So is Jones on his right hand side, and that's where the ball ends up. Ethan Archer slows him down a little bit. Will come back to centre midfield. Here's going to be a left foot shot. Good brave defending by Ross Marshall, and that's blocked out, cleared out, I beg your pardon. And again Chippenham will try to come forward. And here we have Spokes back out to Bradbury on this right hand side. Another one that's changed his position in game fairly often. Good turn there by Jones, good cross, but Dean Moxey just uses his experience and he eventually clears that. Collins has got to go and make their defenders work as substitute. Williams has almost a free rein on it, and here comes Grant coming forward again. In my opinion, I'll go with their best player, but it's given away. Now Collins has got it back to Tom Lapsley. I think it's Tom Lapsley. The back of his shirt has just got an absolute big mud patch on it, and I can't see his number, but he is fairly easily recognisable, to be fair. And he has the ball again, and United just slowing it down a little bit there. Tomlinson again looking to see what's in front of him. Chippenham standing off, slipped by Tomlinson, but Collins will pick up that inside pass. Good play by McGavin there, nice little flick, but Collins gives it away. And here Chippenham will come forward, but they need support, and it comes out to Bradbury on this right hand side, but he just strokes it back to Spokes, who's definitely playing on that defence now. And as I said, with the fresh legs of Collins, I'd be asking him a few questions. It then comes back again to the other substitute, Williams, and eventually Chippenham make a mistake, and Torquay United will have a throw in down the right hand side, midway inside the Chippenham half. We have got about 17 minutes left to play here. Well, 16 actually. Can either of these sides find a breakthrough? As the ball comes out to Marshall on the right hand side, but that's not good enough from Marshall. To be fair, De Silva's coming and asking for the ball. Goal scorer on the clues, nod down, gives it away, but United just can't take advantage of that either. Looks like Ethan Archer has, I thought he was playing a little bit further forward there, but he's not. And here comes Evans, finds Jones on the right hand side, stroke back to Spokes, but Torquay United standing off him as well. And again Chippenham now up to the halfway line, will look to build. The ball comes out to the right hand side to Jones, nice little dink back to substitute Evans, and he comes back to Spokes, and Spokes just strokes it across to his colleague Williams, and we will go all the way over to the left hand side, and Grant will look to get the home team on the front foot, and he does, and Johnson's low ball into the box just misses everybody, and it will go out for a goal kick. But at last Johnson down that left hand side seems to be getting some better balls in this half.
For his first decent cross, and you know, well, that's where the goal comes from.
I'm beginning to wonder whether his manager might have had a go at him at half time, because he decided that he was there to play tricks down. The amount of times he had a chance to put the ball in. There's going to be another substitute for the home side coming any minute. I'm guessing it will be one with attacking intent.
Well, yeah, he's a midfield player. I think it's number 10 is going to come on.
And at the moment he's playing centre half out of position as well. That's a glorious performance.
Here's Chippenham coming forward again. They've definitely got the bit between their teeth. It's a long shot, but it will go harmlessly by Halstead dives. But truthfully, even from our angle, Roger, we could tell that was not
that was, yeah.
The shot from Evans, and here is Chippenham's third and final change. Let's see who this is. It is going to be the McClure coming off, and number 10, Owen Evans. It will be, I think he's called Tom Owen Evans, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. Yep,
number 10, yep, Tom Owen Evans will come on.
And on for the movers, number 10, Tom Owen Evans.
And as it stands, it's going to be a goal kick to Torquay United. We have just under 14 minutes left here at Plainmoor. The second half has not gone United's way. The big moment came in the 65th minute when Will Jenkins-Davis picked up a second yellow card. Roger thought it was justified. I maybe wasn't as sure as Roger, to be fair, but and then just 2 minutes later a scrambled ball across the goal was poked home by McClure to give the home side an equaliser. But in truth, Roger, I still think there's something in this for Torquay.
Yeah, well, to be truthful, right, they're on the defensive because they got a goal and they're saying we've got an extra player.
Yep.
But it just seems that place in the middle and Torquay's like where Jenkins was picking the ball up and no one's there.
Ball down through the channel, and Jones will get onto that. It's another low cross, but it goes into the arms of Halstead, similar to where the goal came from. Good pass there, to be fair. I think that was Spokes that played that one.
Jones, well done.
The ball right in between the centre half and, well, the left back it was actually, in the backtracking Archer. As Halstead rolls it down and he then kicks it. Seems the wind's died, he's getting a bit more oomph on his kicks. But again, at the moment, things seem to be breaking a Chippenham way. And truthfully, their work's deserved that. I'm not suggesting they're being lucky. As the ball comes forward again, up goes the head of Archer. He gets his head on it and it will come off. It won't come off the Chippenham player, and both the referee and the linesman deem that came off Archer last. And Chippenham will have a throw-in. Grant will take it back to Williams across the Spokes, and he's got Jones, and I'm sure he'll recycle to him, and he does. And Jones now on the halfway line coming forward again. Archer backtracking, almost slipping there. He's looking a little bit tired as Archer, but understandably has worked very hard off the ball, to be fair to the lads.
Yeah. And with all this rain that's been coming down, the old pitch is starting to look a little bit wetty, slippery.
As you and I are as well, Roger, to be fair, but it's... As again, that's surely a handball there. Referee says no, and now Collins has got it again. De Silva offering the support. And De Silva, I have to be honest with you, Roger, his work rate this half has been very, very impressive. I say that, of course, he runs into Evans and concedes possession, but to be fair to De Silva, he's putting everything, he's leaving everything out there tonight, is he not?
Yeah, he is. He's been putting in a real good shift into it. It's just so thing we'll be down to 10 men.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also funny, exactly the reverse of last time.
Yeah, 12 minutes just over to go here. And here comes substitute Owen Evans. He's trying to claim he was fouled. He clearly wasn't. And Tom Lapsley comes forward for Torquay United. But well read there, yeah. He needed to do a little bit better there. Evans just read that there and stopped it going to De Silva. And now Grant will try to build for them, but they slow it down a little bit as well. And now it comes out again to excuse me, to Spokes coming forward at the edge of the box, but the ball just goes through harmlessly. Couldn't keep that going.
Bit of ground game. I'm just hoping it's not going to be like when we was at Plainmoor when we got the winner in the last minute.
No.
And they was down to 10 men.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we listen to the chaps behind us, Roger, I think we're watching the Brazil 1970 World Cup winning team here at times. But the miss-hit pass was brilliant, apparently. Maybe but enthusiastic, but hey ho, get behind your team, I suppose.
Yep.
Halstead will take this goal kick. I thought he was almost going to slip there. Up it comes, up goes the heads, but it's an easier Chippenham head that gets it. But De Silva will get that. Good turn by De Silva, but he's going to run into traffic. Can he get a little break of the ball? Certainly not through lack of trying, but Chippenham get it forward. Tomlinson returns it though, and up goes the head of Grant, and eventually the ball spinning. That's really superbly brought down there, but again comes to Torquay, and now De Silva heading towards the edge of the box. He's got Archer in support. Archer clean through on goal, turns one way then the other. Archer, shot comes in, hits the bar, it stays out. Is it going to go out? No, it's not. Well, Archer, I thought he should have taken it first time there, to be honest, Roger. Turned back inside, deflected, hits the underside of the bar and somehow stays out.
Now that was a definite chance. Yeah, he should have taken it first time, definitely. Yeah.
Well, a good breakaway, I have to say. I'm really impressed with De Silva this half. Certainly his work rate. Dave, I know he's not exactly a Ronaldo type winger or whatever, but he's certainly done well this half. And again, it was his desire and enthusiasm. And Archer, in my opinion, maybe should have done a little bit better there. Turned back inside onto the right foot, thought he should maybe have taken it to the left as Chippenham trying to come forward. That's going to come into the box and just wide there. A big chance for the home side there. It's number 16 Bradbury, who's maybe again should have done better, but Torquay United get off with it. And with just under 8 minutes to go here, just over 8 minutes to go on BBC Radio Devon Sport, it is still Chippenham 1, Torquay United 1. Roger, are we going to see a winner in this one?
I would like to say yes for Torquay, but it's looking more and more the way Chippenham are playing and everything else, and the way their desire, and we are starting to tire And we are missing, obviously, that extra player there. Have we used all our subs yet?
No. One more to go. Laps has come on for Hall, Collins has come on for Ash. I was just looking there to see, because it's hard to see from this distance, the bench is on the other side, but I was wondering if we might see the board light up again, but again, not exactly spoiled for choice on there really, is it? Thomas, Krasker love it, so I've got a feeling this will be how United end the game, but we shall see as United get a free kick. De Silva again. Roger, who would you say has been Torquay's best player tonight? For me, I think De Silva.
Yeah, De Silva
certainly got an argument for that.
Even though it would have been Cass for his work rate and everything else, but De Silva, he's been consistent, and then getting better where you expect someone to get tired.
Yep. Well, again, Collins this time plays it back to Marshall, who skews a attempted pass. And Chippenham, well again now, they certainly have the bit between their teeth, it's fair to say. Just under 7 minutes of normal time to play here at Plainmoor. And it's King, gets it wide, and Johnson will look to run it Torquay. Brilliant from De Silva. Well, he's given a free kick for that. I thought De Silva clearly got the ball, but again, happy to be proved wrong there, because it was about as far away as it can be from us, Roger, but it is going to be a free... Is it a free kick? No, it's not. It's a throw-in. He did get the ball. Sorry, I thought the referee giving a free kick. Good challenge by De Silva, actually.
It was a good old sliding tackle.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I think most tackles are sliding tackles tonight.
Yeah, they are now.
Marshall just kicks it off a Chippenham player, and Torquay United have a goal kick.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium, first and foremost, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming down tonight in the rather awful conditions. Tonight's official match attendance is 651. 651. Thank each and every one of you once again for coming down. Have a safe trip home, and we'll see you again soon.
Well, the crowd 651 tonight, Roger. I don't know how many Torquay fans are here. It's hard to tell because there's no segregation. Most of the Torquay fans, including the old stalwart Paul Bastard behind the goal there. I'm guessing a couple of hundred as United might sneak that. They do sneak it. De Silva's got a chance to get in here. De Silva dinks it. It comes to De Silva again. But a brilliant tackle there, or a block by Spokes. I beg your pardon. Wait, it was De Silva, yeah. But he really maybe should have put United in front there. Good defending there by Spokes, to be fair.
Yeah, that was good defending, but it's what you don't know with this. You just don't know much, you know. It feels like Torquay's 10 against Chippenham's 11.
Yeah.
It's like how it should be all the time.
Yeah.
Because and we having 11 players make us the better team.
Yeah. Well, Brett McGavin will take this corner. United have got a couple in the 6-yard box, but a few to attack from deep, keeping the Chippenham defence guessing. McGavin right foot dinks it. It's a good one towards the back post, headed away. It's going to break to Silva, the edge of the box. Low shot comes in, blocked. It's going to break to Harris. He dinks it forward. He gives it away, and it's now going to be 3-on-1 for Chippenham. Back come Tomlinson. I thought it was going to bring him down there. Lapsley getting back, Dean Moxey rampaging back there, and eventually gets the ball. Good defended by Dean Moxey, but it is going to break a Chippenham way. I think it's Evans out there, all the way out there, but United have done really well to get players back there, to be fair, particularly Dean Moxey. And it's now going to come to Spokes, the man that kept his team level. He tries a low shot, it deflects off a Torquay United player, and Chippenham will have a rather fortunate corner as we head into the last 4 minutes here at Harden Huish Park.
And even the wind's turning round to help them with this corner. Look at it, it's coming behind them.
Well, it's going to be Spokes, the man who kept his team on level terms there with that block on the De Silva shot, who will take this corner. Everybody back for United. It's going to be a right-footed corner from their left-hand side. 3.5 minutes left here. And it comes up, go the heads. It's a Torquay head that gets on it, and we'll do it all again. Brett McGavin's the one that just nips it behind the post there. We're back out for another corner. Maybe not the best corner from Spokes, but I think he's just trying to put it in an area where if it's going to bounce, it's going to be dangerous and won't be too fine a point on it.
Yep.
And here comes the second corner. Spokes, and it comes. It's a deeper one this time. It's punched off in line by Halstead, but I think the referee has given a free kick again against Fassin-Mad, and Torquay United will have a free kick almost on their own goal line.
Was that when that was a perfect corner?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what he was trying to do first time, just bounce it in a 6-yard box and see the luck they get. It got them a goal earlier on, and why not try it again? We have got 2 minutes 45 minutes plus any additional time to play here. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport. Chippenham Town 1, Torquay United 1. United had the better of the first half, but after 65 minutes, when Will Jenkins-Davis seen red for a second yellow card, Chippenham took over for a few minutes. But to be fair, United have arguably looked more likely in the last few minutes as Harris heads it, but he doesn't get the break of the ball. But Dean Moxey does, and can he build United forward? Plays the ball down the left hand side to an onside. Ethan Archer looking into the box, but he can't get past one. Archer, can he get a shot away? Archer, brilliant from Archer, needs to get the shot away. He does, brilliant save, and brilliantly cleared off the line again from a Lewis Collins shot. I think it's a full-back Jones that's done that. The second miracle clearance in the space of 5 minutes keeps a home side level.
That keeper's, if it stays the same as that, that was absolutely superb. And the keeper was out of this world.
Well, Gary Johnson, I said, we wonder, here comes McGavin's corner, and towards the back post, up goes the head, but it's over everybody, and he'll go harmlessly out for a goal kick. Well, by far the two best chances in this half have come to Torquay United, and Jones there makes himself a hero. Both him and Spokes cleared that one off the line. I don't know how he managed to keep that out, Roger, but he did.
No, it'd be lovely to see that on the replay on the telly, because that was some saves.
I mean, Collins was in a 6-yard box, I think, when he took that shot, or pretty close to it, as McGavin comes back and picks it up, but he's heading towards his own goal, gets it back to Moxey. Moxey gives it away, doesn't use Harris for some bizarre reason, and now a chance, and it will be Chippenham down this right hand side looking to build. Ball comes back out the right hand side, but Moxey makes up for that mistake and gets it, and Collins might get on the end of that, but he can't, and it's cleared by Williams finds Grant, and now again Evans will come forward, or beg your pardon, King will come forward for Chippenham, as the wind's now trying to make all their paperwork fly away again. Chippenham come towards the edge of the box. Johnson puts it in. Is he claiming a handball there? But he's not getting that, but he is getting a corner as we've come into the last 30 seconds here at Harding Huish Park, and Chippenham looking to steal what would be a fairly unlikely winner after some of the chances that they've managed to keep out at the other end. That's absolutely superb from Jones. The right back, Eddie Jones, clearing up the corner. Here comes a corner again. It's a deeper one this time. Up go the heads. It's headed back across by Grant, punched off the line by Halstead. Are they claiming that went in? They're not. It's back out for another corner. And well, Roger, they're certainly dangerous from set pieces, this lot, aren't they, from corners?
Well, it's a lot of it's to do with this wing.
Absolutely. As here another one comes in towards the back post. Up goes Halstead again. He's punched it away. Tomlinson gets a little bit further clear, but is that offside? I'm not sure what he done there.
You've given another foul in there.
No, he's given a free kick. I'm not entirely sure what that was for.
I think it's
There will be 5 additional minutes, and we are 40 seconds already into them. Chippenham Town 1, Torquay United 1.
Also, ladies and gentlemen of the full resurfacing stadium, please put your hands together for tonight. This fight, the man of the match has chosen by our sponsors, the Sporting Gifts. Your number 3, £3,000.
No, I don't think anybody could argue with that, to be honest. Roger Grant has been given the man of the match. My opinion, by far the best player for them. But to be fair, Jones down this right hand side, well, he probably put himself in the reckoning alone for that block from Collins. I've still got no idea how that never went out. It was the second shot. Ethan Archer had created space, shot blocked, it broke to, or shot saved actually, to be fair to the goalkeeper Henry, actually saved by him, and it broke to Collins, and from 5-6 yards he just plays it towards goal, and Jones seemed to appear from nowhere and kick it off the line. I don't know if Halstead slipped there, because the linesman just seems determined to stand in our line of vision, to be honest. And Halstead's clearance comes up towards the halfway line. United need to win that. McGavin gets a foot in, but again, and McGavin gets it now. Can he find somebody? Can find Archer. Well, who's he going to? I think he's going to book somebody here. Not sure who it is. It's going to be a Chippenham player. I have no idea who that is. I think it's number 20.
I thought it was
King.
one before.
No, I think it was King he gave it against. He certainly looked at him when he showed the card towards him, but I wouldn't say that with a huge degree of certainty, to be honest, Roger.
No, I don't think. I actually thought it was Jake Evans, because he was behind him.
Yeah, possibly. But it's going to be Archie Harris to launch this one towards the edge of the box. United got a lot of men up. The rain seems to have stopped for a bit. Here it comes. It's not overhit, or is it? It is overhit, and United can't keep it in. And Harris, quite frankly, just has to make sure that stays in play, in which he doesn't. And then Chippenham, with 90 seconds of additional time to go, will look to build possibly one last time. It's going to be Spokes coming out of defence. The man with the miracle clearance, Jones, right in front of us. He does well, plays it on, but his player slips there, but he managed to keep his feet. Good tracking back there by McGavin. Another good performance from him, in my opinion. Finds Collins, but Collins doesn't give Lapsley much of a choice there, but Lapsley keeps control of it, and eventually Harris plays it forward. Archer needs to get up there and make them ask questions, but he doesn't. And between him and Collins, it breaks now nicely to Evans, but the ball goes all the way through to Halstead, and we are 50 seconds away from full time here. Ironically, Roger, as this is full time comes, the rain has stopped.
Yes,
it's I'm sure both sets of players will be delighted about that, or perhaps cynically wishing it had happened an hour ago or so. Can we see one last chance for either side? Ross Marshall has a throw in just on the halfway line. United have got quite a few men in the Chippenham half. It's going to be a longish throw from Marshall up the ring, but Johnson clears it easily, but Tomlinson prods it back forward. Only comes to a Chippenham player, and it'll come out to Jones. He will look to rampage down his right hand side, but Archer forces him onto the back foot, and Collins will try and close him down. A bit of pressing would last for United, but Chippenham do well to come forward to the halfway line through Williams, and he gets it back to Jones, and I think that will pretty much be it. The referee will be looking to blow the whistle any minute, unless Grant can put it forward. He can put it forward to the left hand side, but De Silva gets in there, and he just about wins it. He doesn't win it. Unlucky from De Silva, and it will break a Chippenham way again, but surely the referee's going to put an end to this one any minute. He's going to allow this attack to go, and then, well, Marshall just goes over and takes Johnson out. But the referee, when it was a throw-in, actually didn't take him out. It's a throw-in, and surely we are now 25 seconds over the 4 minutes. Is Chippenham going to have one last chance? Spokes, he's got Jones on the right hand side, who he finds. Ethan Archer will go to close him down, and does close him down, but Jones gets a break of the ball again. Back to Spokes, and then back into the midfield area to Evans, who will again look to build. This referee's determined to keep this one going as long as Chippenham are attacking, by the looks of it. And here we come, Spokes again, McGavin, but Archer again comes out. Heavy touch there, and McGavin gets in, and Archer will have it, and the referee puts the whistle to his lips. He literally, Roger, he was just waiting to see how that attack played out there. What is he doing? But we have reached full time here at Harding Hughes Park, and it's a full time score of Chippenham Town 1, Torquay United 1. A point for Torquay United, but the game changed, Roger, in the second half, and the huge moment when Will Jenkins-Davis picked up a second yellow card.
Yes, it all changed on them, but still Torquay tried their best, and they running everything else, running down everything else, but it was just missing that bit in midfield with the loss of that one person. And Chippenham were going through the middle and using the width and using the wind as well. Good crosses in from the far side, where he didn't have any crosses in the first half. First myself, in the end, with the 10 men, we should be really happy with the 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think under the circumstance, the way it ended, but right near the end there, of course, Ethan Archer, 9 minutes to go, breaks in the box, turns in the right foot, his deflected shot comes up and hits the bar, but the even bigger moment from that, similar, De Silva runs into the box, finds Archer again, he turns inside, his right foot shot, brilliantly saved by Henry. The ball breaks to Collins, 6 yards out, he links, he's got a tap in, he plays it towards goal, but all of a sudden Jones appears and just keeps it out, and perhaps Gary Johnson will feel that his side should have won. But for you, Roger, would you say a draw is a fair result?
In the end, without the 10 men, yes. 11 men, it would have been no, we should have won easily.
Well, again, Chippenham, they seem quite happy coming off. They're all gathered in front as we can't see anybody here. Well, Exeter hanging on by their fingernails as well as Bristol Rovers have a late goal disallowed still, to the best of my knowledge, 1-0 to Exeter. That would be a massive result for them. And again, well, Torquay United, we all thought it was going to go the same, but well, both teams have been applauded off. We're sitting here actually right beside the tunnel. Torquay United's players looking a little bit more forlorn than perhaps the Chippenham players, but as I said, it's now 6 at home without a win for Chippenham, so I'm not really sure it's a great result for them. But from Torquay United's point of view, Roger, if I had to press you for a man of the match for Torquay United, who would you go for?
Yeah, well, Dylan De Silva.
Well,
his runs and everything else down there, I just think he's really there. He's tackling back. He really put in a shift today.
Yeah, he did indeed. He did indeed. Second half, particularly said that he was the one that created that chance near the end, and I think, you know, all the Torquay fans on the ground are listening to us or watching on the stream. Probably they were up off their seats when Collins went to put that one in. But as I say, it's credit where it's due to the defence. From our only view of it, it looked like it was fabulous defending as much as a really bad mischance or whatever. But I also thought Jenkins Davis, so certainly up until a yellow card, I know it was only 22 minutes, but he looked like he really had a bit between his teeth. But I think you alluded to it in the first half, Roger, didn't you? The United players almost seem to be playing with a little bit more belief in themselves. Has that got to do with the squad getting stronger again, or
belief in the squad? And I think, you know, Gary bringing all the players and keeping them all together, that was doing one of the good things. But you know, the fans going back, they're not looking too disappointed, upset, because obviously we drew, didn't win. But you know,
thanks for coming down, guys.
But honestly, to myself, I think this was it was an entertaining match.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for your contributions tonight, Roger. We are going to head off to Bristol to catch the tail end of Bristol Rovers against Exeter, but the full-time score at Harton Huish is Chippenham Town 1, Torquay United 1. Thanks for joining us.
Been an absolute spectator in the final half an hour of this match. So we welcome listeners who've been enjoying the Torquay game. We're into the final minute of 8 added on here, and Exeter City very close to their first away win since they won at Burton on the 2nd of September. Less than a minute left to play. As Marquis guides a good ball out to the right-hand side. Still a little bit more defensive work here for City to do. We've lost Ben Parrington to a nasty-looking injury on the stretcher. And that's where all this added time, or most of this added time, has come from. Here come Rovers again.
That's this Exeter City goal kick. It's got to be good. Yes. Good decision.
Double ricochet. Ball goes behind. And if the referee is happy with,
we've officially hit 8 minutes. But I don't know. I mean, what's he doing here?
Well, he's coming across to have a word with Gary Caldwell, I think. And it's a booking for one of the.
Yeah, he was pointing past Caldwell, wasn't he? So maybe it was somebody on the bench. But I mean, we've had 8 minutes now. Like you said, he's probably going to play an extra minute, maybe because of the goal.
Yeah, you think he might do. Referees often like to blow the full-time whistle while the goalkeeper takes a goal kick, but he hasn't done that. So Rovers, if they're very quick, might just get one more attack. They need to get clean possession at the moment. They do have it, but inside their own half the pitch, on the halfway line. Good defensive play here by Alex.
I mean, we're in 99 here.
And this stand that we're in is very nearly empty. There's almost more players on the pitch than there are spectators in this part of the stand, at least. Consolation goal from Middlesbrough at Stamford Bridge, but it's Chelsea will be going through to that League Cup final. 6-2 the aggregate score now. Here we have a head injury.
I mean, how many are we playing here? We've had 9 and nearly 9.5 now.
9 minutes 20. But of course the ball is currently dead, so I suppose officially this doesn't count. I would really think that as soon as this ball's in the air, this should be the full-time whistle. Alex Hartridge will take the free kick. Drills it down towards the corner flag, possibly put too much on it. Rovers didn't take a chance on that. I'd have let that go behind for the goal kick.
I'm utterly confused. We're now nearly into 10 added on. There we go, get it.
There goes the full-time whistle, and it is a first away win for Exeter City. since they won at Burton right back at the start of September. Sonny Cox's very early goal is what separates the two sides here. Cox went off injured just after half-time. The more worrying injury, the one that saw Ben Parrington carried off at 12 minutes from time. But that really will be the downers really from a Exeter City point of view, because it was a really good performance. They took their goal well. Cox could easily have had a couple of others with a little bit of luck. They weathered the storm late on. I'd like to have yet another look at that disallowed goal, I must admit, but otherwise 3 very deserved points for Exeter City.
Yeah, I think Rovers can look at themselves a bit hard done by. It was a tight decision. Like you said, we couldn't see 100% whether it was or wasn't offside, but one thing that can be said is City's performance was much better from previous weeks. Still not perfect, a pretty weak second half display attacking wise, but then when you've got something to hold on to, why would you go forward? City probably unlucky to not have 2 in the game as a whole, but that probably should have been in the first half. But like you said, really good performance from City, and hopefully another stepping stone, another opportunity to go up the table.
Yeah, I was just watching the replay of it again. It was a clever move by Marquis. I couldn't see too much wrong with it, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see from the footage really, but it was given offside. Linesman gave it pretty early as well. It wasn't like he waited. I mean, that player is offside and he is sort of in the line. Who is that goes to pick the ball at the back of the net? We can't see from that camera angle. It might be Collins who is in the way of Vilson Isalo.
So 3 very important points for Exeter City as they continue to move away from the bottom 4. And the Grecians faithful who travel up and down the country with varying degrees of success this season, it must be said, but they certainly enjoyed their trip, their shortest trip of the season, just up the M5. It's been an excellent performance by the Grecians, and they have 3 points to show for their efforts.